Okay, I just did it. I was trying to get prepared. Hey guys, sorry. I'm always late, I know. That little fan that I had yesterday that it wasn't charged. Well, I thought I was charging all night, so I went to go test it out for this live. I must not have had it charged. I must not have plugged it in all the way. So hopefully by the time I start getting real hot, the one that goes around your neck, I'm gonna try it out. Hopefully it'll be charged in a little bit. How's everybody doing? Hey, Mad Cow. Let me put the link up and also, let me put my earphone. Well, I guess I don't need my earphones in quite yet until somebody comes up. Um, hold on one second. Let me send you the link. Give me 1 second, guys. We do have somebody that is gonna come up. Hold on. How's everybody doing though? Sunday. I love Sundays. Hold on. Let me just send her a link real quick. Okay. 1 second. So how is everybody doing on this hot, humid day? It's really hot and humid here in Ohio. How's the weather there, guys? Okay, hold on. I'm just sending a link to. Okay. Okay. Hey, Lavina, Yoga, Batman, Susan, Beamy, Muffin, Moon Shadow, holding up a bucket of Tootsie Pops. Hey, Gaily, Mez, Mad Cow. Okay, all right. So let me put the link in the chat, and then I might be having a special guest. Well, I guess I'll wait till she joins and we can introduce her because I'm not sure if she's going to come up right away or not. She's going to talk about being a PI, something that has she's a retired PI. She's had a lot of experience and she like to answer some questions. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my YouTube up so I could put the chat, so I could put it in open for panel if anybody else wants to join too. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Hopefully we'll get some people joining. I don't usually have much luck with open panels, so you guys better come up. Nobody usually comes up on mine. I don't know why. Everybody else seems to have really good luck, but I don't get a lot of people. Am I scary, guys? I hope not. Hold on, let me. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Maybe I am. Wait, why won't that let me click in here? Hold on 1 second. Okay, so here is a link if anybody wants to join. So I just want it to be real, no pressure, no anything. Hopefully Susan will come up. She's like I said, a retired PI, very knowledgeable in the field, and she has some great things, great topics that she would like to discuss a little bit. She has her own channel too. Maybe here I should share your link because she's gonna maybe be doing a live Friday. Hold on, let me get her link. I could share it in the chat. Hold on, let me go see if I can get it real quick. But yeah, so, and then if anybody else wants to come up, I did listen to a little bit of Salty's after the fact this morning because I didn't even know he did a live until afterwards. And I did listen to a little bit of some of the stuff Taylina was saying. So now we're allowed to say her name. Thank you. I just felt so weird about just calling her Sammy, when everybody knew who she was anyway. But yeah, so I did want to talk about a few of those things that came up, but I would like to wait till I get somebody on panel so we could discuss it, Okay, so I'm going to share your link, Susan, if anybody wants to check out her channel. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a pre-recorded interview with her, and then she's going to be doing one Friday, but she's going to come up today and talk a little bit about it. And she's got some great topics to talk about. So very like interesting things that I wouldn't even have thought about being a PI and like some of the issues of, oh, there she is. Yay. Hold on, let me share your link real quick. So if anybody wants to go check out her channel. And I think this is her first time doing a panel, right? Okay, here we go. Hey Susan, what's up? Oh, you're on mute. Can you hear me? I love your picture, by the way. Got a sunflower, you got a butterfly.
Thank you. Hey, I made it.
You made it. That was easy, huh?
Yes. You can't do that from your iPad. You have to go to your computer. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, I didn't know you couldn't. Okay. What about a phone? I mean, because I could do it from my iPhone. Wonder why you can't do it from the iPad. So are you able to see the chat then?
I couldn't see anything. Even the invitation link that you sent wouldn't come through on an iPad.
Whoa, that's kind of weird. Okay. Huh.
Interesting.
So but right now, can you see the chat?
I can see you and I can see my picture and I can't hear anyone else. Is there anyone else in there?
No, nobody else has joined us yet. But can you, okay, is there like a thing where it should be on the side, but I guess everybody's computer is different, where it says like comments, banner, well, yours will probably just say comments, private chat. Do you see the one that says comments? Just so you can look at the.
Yes, I see it.
Okay, so just so you can follow the chat too.
Right.
So, hey, Humanimal. So I do have the panel or the link up there, so people might be joining. So you don't mind if they ask you questions if people join, right?
Absolutely not. Ask away.
Well, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself first? Being a PI, like generally, anything you want to share?
Sure. I've been a PI for about 30 years. I didn't start out in missing persons. I started out doing infidelities and cases underneath an FBI agent who had retired. He was my mentor. And way back then, we didn't have Texas EquiSearch. We didn't have any search and rescue that would work with the general public. So if you had a missing person, you were on your own. And most families, of course, after they had a missing person, they couldn't work. You know, you can't even sleep, you can't eat, you can't drink. A lot of marriages would break up, families would disintegrate just under the weight of having a missing person, which is usually a child. But there have been some spouses that went missing. And, you know, it could be a criminal, it could be a suicide, they could be held somewhere. You just don't know. So I don't know if any of your listeners have known a family that's had a missing person, but as soon as you file the case, you know, the police, they interview you, and if there doesn't seem to be something that is criminally wrong, some kind of evidence, then you just kind of turn into a file, you know, and you have to call back every day. And law enforcement generally do not give updates to families. So you're a family and you're just sitting in your living room waiting.
I have a question. How does law enforcement treat PIs? Like, or do they work with you at all? Or is it like, are they kind of like weird about PIs? Or what is the relationship between law enforcement and a PI when you're working a case?
I've had a wonderful relationship with the cases that I've dealt with because they're, it used to be an ego thing, you know, and you see that on a lot of shows. But usually if a person is on the up and up and the family is backing, you know, a private investigator. Now, I never charged, I just volunteered. And I didn't mean to way back then, but there wasn't search and rescue, there wasn't Texas EquiSearch, there were not PIs that worked with the missing. It just wasn't a thing that long ago. So I would advertise to find adoptive parents, that kind of missing person, you know, a lost relative that moved away, or some man that dumped his family and moved to Mexico, you know, and it was that kind of missing place person. But as time went on, and there really are more missing persons than there used to be. I know people want to know.
It seems like it, yeah.
Is it because we have social media and it looks like there's more? No, there really are more.
Well, the population's bigger too, so could it? I mean, is it like all just relative to, you know? I mean, who knows? It's sad though. I mean, you're right. Like every day, I feel like we're learning about a new one. And then there's certain ones that the media gets stuck on, or YouTube, I should say, gets stuck on, like certain ones, like this Dylan one is really big with the YouTube community.
Right.
Bella here. Hi, Bella. This is Susan. She's a retired PI. Are you there, Bella?
Yeah, hi Susan. I was just muted because it throws me up here. Hi Susan. Hi Ted.
Hi.
Hello.
I gotta ask you. Okay, can you be held liable? Because all this stuff going on now, like, what can you be held liable for? Sharing information online about private information. Since you're working a case, are you allowed to do that online?
Absolutely, we can be held liable. Remembering that a private investigator isn't just, some friend that you've asked to help you, and that friend is free to talk to all your other friends and share information about you, like in a social circle. A private investigator is akin to, maybe not held to the highest standards as a lawyer, but it's got an attorney privilege there. You don't repeat anything to anyone about what's in the file. It's private. You are a private investigator. Private. Your information is held confidential to the highest of standards. You are telling a person all your personal bits of your family and the person that is missing. Also, those can be clues. Friends of friends, who that missing person was around, what sort of things did they do in their spare time, their hobbies. That's not fodder for the public. That is only in your file. I still have my files from 30 years ago to 20 years ago. I have stacks of them that, in the event ever a case should come up that I was a part of, even that's maybe still a cold case today, which some of them are, I would refer to that file in every conversation that I had. All the information that I obtained during that may become part of a court case. I'll be right back. Someone's at my door. I'll be back in about 2 seconds.
Okay. Hey, Bella, thanks for coming up.
Hey, thanks for having me. So basically, I feel that Susan's saying that it's kind of just privileged information, right?
Yes.
So it's important that.
And you can be held liable, so you could be sued. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just because, I'm working the job, so I'm allowed to have this information. I'm allowed to share it. If you know what I'm saying, that no, it's privileged information. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to be careful with what you share out there, because if let's say somebody tells a private investigator some privileged information about someone they think is involved in the case. Let's say they say this person is a murderer. I think then we should ask, hi Susan, you back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a question when you say privilege. So if you're working a case and you interview me, let's say there's a missing person, you interview me and I tell you, you know what, you got to look into Mary. She's a murderer. You would have to then go vet that info if Mary is a murderer. But if you got on, let's say, TV on a news show and you told everyone Mary's a murderer, that would fall back on you, right?
Well, that's slander.
Right. It would be.
It would not only, that's just your opinion if you think somebody is a murderer, and you're free to tell that to whoever you want in your social circle. But the person that you are accusing that of being, now you have just put into their court their ability to sue you. Now, if you watch the Alex Jones,
I've been watching a little bit of that.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that. Now, he's a public figure, so of course he's held to a higher standard. But a lot of the people on YouTube, these creators, they are also public figures, and I don't think that they realize what they are doing when they say things like that they can be held liable. And there are plenty of attorneys out there that'll take a case like that for a percentage later. So the person suing you doesn't necessarily have to have a fat wallet to sue you. But as far as what you asked earlier about a private investigator, the information that we are obtaining to find a missing person is privileged. It's not only privileged because you're supposed to be a moral, ethical agent of information, you are supposed to be forming a bond with the person that has hired you. So you're not going to go be a two-faced person and just go out there and spread a bunch of junk. That's unheard of. I don't think I've ever known personally a PI that does that. I have PI friends, I have former police officers and detectives and FBI people as friends, and we just don't do you just don't do that. It just doesn't happen.
So it's
You are
rare. It's rare to find a private investigator to do things like that. You're saying, right?
absolutely, not only that, as a private investigator, you are going to end up in court as a witness in a case, especially if the person that you're trying to find has gone missing at the hands of someone else. So you are a future witness. When you get up there in court and you are asked as a witness a question and you have to answer it in an honest way, if you do not have integrity behind you, just as an individual in that workplace, you are not going to be believed. You cannot be an expert witness, and you cannot be any kind of a valuable person to the next case if, when you're up there, a lawyer tears you a new one and says, "Look what you've been doing on social media in this case. Look at what you
Yeah, they
look
would.
at what you did last year in that case." And we're supposed
So
to
you,
believe you as a witness.
Are you? Or have you? Do you usually get called as a witness a lot in the cases that you work for?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Huh. I didn't
In
even think
any
about it.
event, usually a private investigator is working with an agency, and it's the supervisor that has to deal with that level of legality.
Okay, so one of your questions: what laws govern the private investigator compared to the private citizen? That's a good one.
Every state has their own ethical and moral standards for nurses, private investigators, and anybody that's in the public sector. In fact, um, in the private investigator courses that are out there now, most of the class is formed around ethics. Anybody that's been to college has taken plagiarism class. They forced you to take it. Same in Same in the licensing boards of America all across the country. There are most pushed on you is ethics and morals. Anybody that's doing unethical things has not taken a class. That or they fell asleep during class and didn't listen to it because most of it is ethics.
yeah, I agree with that. Susan, so going back to that analogy, if I'm the one that said Mary's a murderer, and then you went on and said that, repeated my opinion as a fact, without, well, maybe you vetted it, but it's still my opinion. Could you then turn around and say, well, I'm not the one that said it. Bella said it. Go after Bella. She's the one that said it. Would that be a good argument?
You mean in defense of having
In
said,
defense of yourself.
well, you're Bella, right?
Yes, yes.
You could tell me right now that Tiffany did something, and it's on me just as a person, if it's any of my business, to find out if Tiffany really did that. And if she did do that, it would be the moral part of it would be to go to Tiffany in private and say, they're accusing you of this, and this is the truth. Would you like me to help you clear this up with other people? Because this is what's being said. And I wouldn't even tell her that you said it, Bella. You know, there's a way to deal with family and friends, and it should be on the up and up, just like it is in the public sector, and even more so for a private investigator. You have to be a respect of persons, as far as crime, and no one wants to be accused of a crime they didn't do, and you just kind of have to imagine if that happened to you. I mean, it's really kind of simple.
So can I ask
Thank
you? B
you.
Tim has a really good question. Thank you for the super chat. Can channel? Well, I guess it's a specific question. So It says, can channels that had Jim on that said lies and false accusations be sued, or are they in the clear now since Jim said that? So just, if a PI goes on a channel and says lies, can the channel basically be held accountable for having him on?
Well, I don't want to answer any questions that has anybody's name in it. See how that works?
Well, that's why I put generally, right. Like if yeah.
So if you want to reword that question where his name isn't in it, I'll answer it.
Okay, so can channels that had a PI on that has spread lies and false accusations be sued? Or are they in the clear now that the PI said that? Because
Okay.
I guess they're saying because it's somebody else that said that end. I'm a little bit confused, but
now you have entered into the Alex Jones case, because under fair use and entertainment, you can say things like that on social media. That's how come you put that on yours. On my channel, I don't put entertainment. I put education, because I am all that and a bag of chips. I don't talk about people. We're not there for fun. This is real stuff. It's real lives. And everybody, you, Bella, we all matter. So as far as can channels be held liable, if it leaves social media from an entertainment channel and it turns into the real world, where followers are going to the homes of the people that are being slandered.
Okay, I see.
There is a liability there that is off of fair use and entertainment. Stalking, affecting the jobs and employment of people that are out there. And that's what you're going to see in the Alex Jones case. It went from InfoWars out into the street. Those families were getting real threats.
Oh, okay.
And their lives were affected. So now you've entered into somebody's paycheck. So that is the liability side of slander, where in the real world, their lives are being affected about paying bills and eating and living a good life.
Man. So go ahead. Sorry.
So just to answer you, there is a chance of a liability if it leaves this format and comes into the real world. If these people are calling them, sending them messages, even if it's private message, emails, if any of the followers on here attack somebody else because of something that I said, now just all you got to do is watch the Alex Jones show and then go watch their court case, and you will see how we are all liable. You can get away with just so much on entertainment. Look at InfoWars and stuff they said. There's just so much that you are allowed to do, and then you cross over into the line of into a legal issue.
Do all PIs have insurance, and what if they don't?
My first years of being a private investigator, I did not have insurance. In fact, even the state that I was in didn't require you to have a license, but I worked under an agency that did have insurance. So now I am, I don't want to be, but I am a liability to my superior. You're going to find in most states, most licensed states, that there is somebody above you. There is an agency that has a license. And I've worked for one agency where I had to pay my extra part that I cost them. So if they were paying, say $500 a month and adding me on, just like your car insurance added onto their bill, I would pay that difference, and they could pass that difference on to you, or they could just pay for you either way. If you are your own private investigator, you're going to be under a licensed board if you're licensed, and the requirement is to have insurance. So any licensed private investigator is mandated to have insurance.
Okay.
Is that something if someone wants to hire, if somebody right now in the audience needs a private investigator, what are some tips you would give them to vet that investigator and make sure they're on the up and up?
Well, are they licensed? Now, asking them for references would be to ask them to give up prior clients, which is, you don't want to do that. It's just like a lawyer. If you just kind of follow the same inquiries that you would in hiring an attorney. How many cases have you won? How many people have you found? What is your reputation? What is your social reputation, which is now a new thing on the internet, that wasn't here 10 years ago. There was no social reputation. You weren't even known who you were, what you looked like, where you came from. Now, the only reason I'm on here is I'm not doing private investigating anymore, and I don't mind you seeing my face. But if you did a search on me, you would really have to really dig deep to see who I was. Where was I? Who was I working for? Because private means private. I could go anywhere as a woman and obtain information covertly, and nobody would even know who I am. I just look like some housewife. So a lot of private investigators, they like being out there, they like being on social media, but they also cannot move around covertly now to obtain information. Anybody looking at Tom Selleck, if you were a real PI, would know Tom Selleck when he walked into the room, and they would just shut up. So I mean, you want to be private. You want to be private. You don't want who you are out there, because it kind of blows your cover.
So how would you, as a private investigator, if you weren't a private investigator, how would you go about obtaining one if you needed one? Would you just Google private investigator? What's the best method?
Depending on the state that you're in, you can go to the board of licensure. They have just like a nurse. You know how you can look up a doctor to see if he's had any lawsuits against him? You can do that, right? You can go on there and look for the state licensor of the state that you're in, and they will literally have a list of agencies that you can pick from, and you can ask them. You can call them and have a talk with them free, just like you do with a lot of lawyers, and get a free consultation and ask them about their history. And they can't lie to you. They have to tell you the truth. So I would just references from other reputable private investigators. If you're in a state that doesn't have a licensor, you can contact a licensed private investigator and say, hey, look, I'm in Idaho, and they don't have this isn't a licensor state. You're in Kansas, and they are. Can you refer me to somebody that is a reputable PI in my unlicensed state? And referrals go a long way. A private investigator is not going to refer some jerk from somewhere else that's going to take advantage of you, because now his reputation is going to be affected. So private PIs are pretty smart about who they're handing off to a family.
So can you have a criminal background, like a criminal history, and be a PI? I'm sure, I guess you can, but it's just up to the person to probably check to see, huh? I mean, can you get licensed if you have a criminal background?
If you have a history and a criminal background, and you want to be a private investigator in those states that require licensure, you fill out the application, and they will tell you whether they will license you or not. Every state has a different, you might have something on there where it's been expunged, or, you did time served, and even maybe later were found innocent, but you still have a record. So you just, I'll use Kansas because I'm familiar with Kansas. If you wanted to be a Kansas private investigator, they are under the KBI, which is the Kansas Bureau of Investigation. They are under the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And when you fill out that form, you're giving your fingerprints, you're giving everything, and they're going to do a thorough, deep dive. And if there is something on there, they go, well, you know what? This is on here. You want to talk to me about this? And they will talk to you to see, maybe you can be a private investigator, but you can't have a gun. So maybe you can have a different kind of license, or maybe you're going to need higher insurance. The only way to find out is to go to your licensure and ask them, I have this history. Can you let me in? I want to do this. And a lot of them will have a visit with you and talk to you about that.
So I know you already answered this one, but so there's new people coming in. So do you want to just say real quick again, how long have you been working as a PI?
Over 30 years.
That's a lot of experience. Wow. Okay, thank you. Also, is it normal for the PI to offer a reward? Is that a normal thing that you guys do?
Yes, some do.
Okay.
They want to generate some tips, and they want some information, and money is a good motivator.
But you usually want to make sure you back that up, that you have the funds, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Some of them even do a GoFundMe. They do some. That's the new thing now. We didn't have that before. But yeah, you can do a GoFundMe to get a reward up there. I think that happened in the Summer Walls case, which was pretty amazing. I think they did some kind of a reward thing.
Yeah, I think
Um,
they did, huh?
yeah, I think. Don't quote me, but I think they did, and I think that's that's going to motivate some information, then that's great. But yeah, you have to back it up with real funds, otherwise there goes your credibility. Being a PI, it's all about your credibility, all of it. Even if you're licensed, you can be kind of like a bad actor, and treat people really bad. You're not going to have much business. So you're paying for all that insurance, all those fees. We have to have additional education every year, just like a nurse. You have to
Mm.
go in for additional education to keep your license. So if you don't have like upgraded classes, you'll lose your license. And that is to
Is
teach you all the new ways and the new laws and to keep everybody
Mhm.
legally safe.
That's a great point because I was wondering if there was continued education for
Yes.
PIs. That's great to know. And so they will, if they don't continue doing that, if they don't keep up with their continued education, you said that they will lose their license?
Yes, there's a requirement for continued education, but I'll tell you, there's and I belong to a couple of them. They'll have associations of licensed investigators, and they're great fun. You go on the weekend, um, you meet with other investigators, all kinds. There'll be like insurance fraud, arson. There'll be all different kinds of private investigators that have their specialty fields, and they have classes, and you learn from one another. You also make a network of PIs. That way, if you're in a licensure state and it doesn't work with, isn't honored in the next state over, then you can call a PI, a licensed PI that you met at that meeting, and then work together to get the job done from both states and not break the law. So
Mm.
PIs are always networked, kind of like police departments. They
Yeah.
shake hands, they share.
And you want a contract, right? You have contracts when somebody hires you. What if I wanted to hire you, Suzanne, and you were still doing PI work, would we have a contract, a written contract between us?
Yes, there is always a contract.
Thank you.
So Will has a question. How does she feel about the loophole on the last 3 states that allow a PI to merely have a PI license, which means anyone can be a PI and it only takes a day to do it? What about those PIs?
What is the question? How do I feel about them? Um, those 3 states are working on becoming licensure states, so this
Oh,
loophole isn't going to last for very long.
okay. That's good.
From
Can
what
you
I
tell us?
from what I've learned.
Sorry, go ahead, Susan.
No, that's okay.
I was just hoping you could tell us those 3 states for people in chat who might not know. The 3 states that don't require a PI license.
I would rather not mention those. You can look those up.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me get this other question I put up on a banner. Where is it? Here we go. How long do you keep records and who has the right to those records?
It's probably just like your taxes, about 7 years.
7 years. Okay.
But I keep mine. I have all mine because some of those people are still missing, and I want to refer back to my notes. And in those records is my mileage, what time I started working that day, and what time I ended, and what route I took in between. Every person that I talked to, and if I can't write it all down, I recorded them. So I have little tiny cassettes, boxes of them that refer back to those files in the event that this comes up again later, and I'm going to help them later. If I have to be in court, I have to have those notes from 5 or 10 years ago, so I know what I'm talking about when I get up there, because I am the legal representative of that information that I took while I was being paid to collect that information for the family. I'm working also for the missing person. I'm not just representing the family. I am the voice for that missing person and trying to find them. So just like you would write down the route from point A to point B, I write down the route from point A to point B and every turn that I took in between and what time on what day. is in my files. It's probably the most important part of being a private investigator because you are obtaining information in preparation for court. That is what it's all about. Not only to give information to the family, but in the event that something happens to me, that file goes to that family. They can take that file and go, look what she did, and hand that to another private investigator. Maybe they want to hire somebody else later because they've moved, or maybe one of their family wasn't real keen on me and they want a different PI. I will copy my file if it's requested and give them a copy of my file that their new private investigator has all that information. He was like, oh, okay. She went here, she did that, she talked to this person already. This is what they said. I'm going to go file it up. It is no different than a file that law enforcement keep. It's the same thing.
It's exactly like law enforcement, what you're explaining. And that makes it even more professional, and that you would have credibility if you had to take the stand, because you don't want the defense or whoever you're working for, the opposing counsel, to take your credibility, and it would ruin the whole case, right? I mean,
exactly.
You could a PI doing the wrong.
Yes, you want to be as much as an expert as you can be in your field. Everybody wants to be the best, right? You want to have the best show. You want to have the best reputation. You want to earn the best amount of money that you can. You want to bond with the best people, have the best network. It's all about being efficient and just, like running water. You want to be able to go from one place to another without a lot of issues, and questions and accusations and misgivings. You don't want that. You want it to run smooth.
So B. Tim says, well, this is a breath of fresh air, a professional PI. I almost forgot. She has her own channel too. I put the link up earlier. Here, I'll put the link up again if you guys want to go check it out. You got a live coming up Friday, right? Friday, what time would that be?
I'm really new to all this, and thank you so much, Zav, for explaining a lot of this behind the scene, because I'm really new to this. And it's a whole new field.
Well, you're doing good. I mean, you came up on StreamYard perfect, because some people even have trouble doing that for some reason. But yeah, so I think you're going to be good. Are you going to be using StreamYard then for your live?
Well, I think I tried using StreamYard, and I think I was hitting glitches because I was on my iPad, and now I see that you have to be on the computer. So I'll probably use StreamYard later, but I've already set up the one that I've got to use the YouTube free thing through YouTube. And I'll have to figure that out as I do it Friday.
I haven't used that forever. I don't know if it's probably set up different than when I used to use it. So I don't know how, if you add guests, how that works out on that. It's been so long.
If I hit a glitch, I'll go ahead and open up the StreamYard account that I already started on the iPad, and I'll just do Fridays on StreamYard.
So Bella, have you ever been on the StreamYard with iPad? Because she can't get on with iPad. Have you ever been able to?
Not with the iPad, but right now I'm using my phone, and I know that so you would just follow the link, but see how it threw me up here? That's the only difference. When you're a guest on StreamYard on your on a laptop, you have the choice of staying behind the scenes. On your phone, it just throws you up.
But I don't think it would throw anybody up there because you have access.
Oh, I have
They don't
access.
have that power, so I don't think it would do anything.
The link would not work that you sent me on the iPad at all. I had to come in here even to see the screen.
Wow. Okay. So we have a couple people saying they subbed. Cool. Awesome. Let me see. There's a couple other questions that people had. Let's see here. Oh, where did that one go? Yeah. Seagate says, are you still practicing?
No. I've gone back to college, and I'm studying on positive psychology. So I've had my own journey where I started off in that field and met a lot of bad characters and dealt with a lot of tears. And missing persons is not for the faint of heart. Just to go through it real quick, I started off people coming to me and asking me, could I help? And I could never charge. If you had a neighbor's kid went missing and they knocked on your door and they said, little Billy is missing. He might be in your yard. Will you help me look? Are you going to say, well, pay me first? No, you're going to rent out your door and you're going to search your property and then help search the street, and the whole neighborhood gets involved and everybody helps everybody. So that's where I was 30 years ago when people were asking me, to help them. The police department doesn't answer questions. These people's lives are falling apart. So and I didn't really want to do it. It's a very upsetting part of being a private investigator or missing persons. It's always filled with sadness and anxiety. But what I was good at was being a good ear and being a good friend. So I really always, even though I was searching, I was sitting on a couch more and consoling. And I think that's just part of my personality. Eventually, I needed a cadaver dog to search some of the places that the family or I came up with that were interesting places to search us, as far as a perpetrator who had been named, just like you're seeing now in the Dillon rounds. There's different areas. So I got a dog and had it professionally trained, and I searched with a cadaver dog until she passed away. Actually, a couple of Christmases ago. So I don't do that anymore. But I do have friends that have dogs that will help with the search. I also have a Facebook missing persons resources for people who are thrown into this and they're in the first initial part of it and they've lost their minds, and they've not been to work and anxiety is over the top, much like Dylan's mom went through. At first, you're reaching out to all the wrong people just because you're reaching out, and you end up kind of, just grabbing up anybody you can for some help, because it's a very lonely place to be. I started
Go ahead.
A resource page for other people to go, where do I get posters made? Who has drones? We can't search this place. We need a drone. There's a big river there. So I've been, over the years compiling kind of a list that I give to people usually who send me messages. I kind of made a page there, and it's not for any advertising for PIs. It is just resources. That's all. It has the Doe Network on there. It's got some federal agencies on there, where to get posters done, or if you want to download a poster template and do it yourself, because you need to get those out there right away. So anyway, it's just called Missing Persons Resources. There is no personal data on there at all. And it's just a resource to help families that have found themselves.
It's a good resource, because when you're in that situation, you're not thinking straight. You're very desperate for
it's terrible.
You want to have trustworthy PIs out there, because people are so desperate. And if you have somebody that's just a fraud and they say, I promise I could find your kid, and then you spend all the money you have and you might not take the time to research them. And I just feel like it's really important to have good PIs out there. Is it normal for you guys to charge a flat rate? And then do you make promises or anything when you do that?
No, there's never any promises. You can't do that. You're not a psychic.
Yeah.
And I don't know of any PIs that charge a flat rate. I've never heard that before. That's just, most families can't afford that. So you're talking about a family now who has missed work. They've been out searching at night after work, if they're still working. Now they're paying somebody to watch their kids because they're out searching for their loved one. Like if their car was found on Oak Street and there happens to be woods there, they're going there after work. They're searching. They're finding other neighbors to search with them. So, it's the worst time of life, next to being told you have some deadly disease. I can't even compare it to anything that's even normal. It's so abnormal and terrible that no, you can't make promises. You can only work with them, and you're going to be an advocate. Part of being a PI and you can ask any PI this, any PI that works with the family of the missing, you are an advocate. There's most of it, you're sitting on the edge of the couch. These people are reliving that other person's life. So you're going to hear good stuff and bad stuff and personal stuff. And then other people are going to come in and they're going to share that, and they're crying. These people are upset. It's, are they being held somewhere? Do we need to go find them? Did they fall? So
I'm so glad, Susan, that you said that about advocacy, because I think that got lost in a lot of cases, that you do hire a PI as a lifeline and as an advocate. So thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. No, I'm not doing this I'm not a licensed PI. I'm not even a PI anymore, and I don't want to be. My path has led me to the advocacy part in trying to understand how somebody went missing and trying to prevent that. And it all comes down to teaching our younger teenagers, 11, 12, even younger than that, different personality traits that they need to avoid. That way you're not, like a brand new 21-year-old that's gone now out to a bar and they're drinking for the first time. They're going to be outside of their mind. They need to have a designated person with them. That, just teaching people to be aware of their surroundings, of their friends. That's advocacy. That's where I am now. And also those people who have been affected by the same type of personality that has abused them. Those are the same types that cause a person to go missing, are the ones that you can look at Chris Watts. Those are the same types behind the mask as they were when they were wearing a mask for you. And you're at risk when you're with people like that. And, if they lose their shit on you, you could go missing too. So awareness about personality traits, who you should be around, who you shouldn't. Are you in a relationship with somebody that's abusing you in one way? Well, this is what can happen. So you either need to take some personal courses to protect yourself physically, self-defense courses, which I think every girl should have. And men are going missing too. Young men are going missing.
Yeah.
So, we've got to learn now in this new world how to protect ourselves emotionally and physically, and while we're out in the world, and prevent us from being a missing person. So that's my path now.
That's great. Nessie B asks, can a family request records to be destroyed, say in cases when a person is declared legally deceased and law enforcement is no longer investigating?
What records to be destroyed? I'm sorry.
Probably the records you keep, like the records maybe you gather on the case. Can they request it to be destroyed? And even if I want to know, even if they don't declare the person legally deceased, can they request them to be destroyed, or no? Is that your information?
Well, I really don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I really don't know. Me personally, I would probably copy the file and give it to them, and I would keep a copy under seal, maybe put it in my safe, and put on the outside of it in the event of my death, destroy this, or turn it over to the family as the copy that they were given back in 5 years ago. I'm really weird about my records though. So, yeah. I have my taxes that go back 25 years. So I'm really kind of weird in that way.
But it probably wouldn't be an issue with some, like a respectable, like PI like you. I mean, it wouldn't probably be an issue like a PI like spreading the information around. You know what I'm saying? Since you're not doing that, it probably would never come up. You know what I'm saying?
So their motive for me to destroy that is because there's something inside that file that they don't want in the public.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking, and maybe they're like spreading it, and then they ask you to destroy it. And
I would probably sit down with them and ask them to redact the information so I could keep my file. Okay. But that's just me. I'd hand them a black marker and go ahead.
Yeah.
Redact what you want. Can I please keep my file? If they really insisted on it and were pitching a fit, I would probably keep my part of it, my movements in that case. I would keep that.
It's 3:00.
Who I interviewed, what they said, and I would keep that part and then destroy the rest to make them happy. The client is always first, It's always first. You're dealing with somebody's life, so you've got to be responsible and be workable as much as you can, respectable.
Modest Man says, do you have a background in law enforcement before you were a PI?
No.
Hey, Ashley, can you hear us?
Hey, Ashley.
I don't know if she could hear us. Or let me take this down and see if she's on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, she's on.
Sorry about that.
No,
yeah,
you're
I hear
all right.
you guys.
Do you have any questions for Susan?
I don't know. I think all my questions would be probably questions she couldn't answer right now.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Why do you think that though? Now you got me curious.
Maybe just because, like, I mean, more
'Cause of
along
their
the lines of like,
names?
what
Oh,
do you
go ahead.
say?
Because
Sorry.
of like your a personal name or something, or go ahead, finish what you're gonna say.
Yeah, sort of more about like Jim Brenner and like
Oh.
certain things like that. So
Well,
also, okay, I've heard recently, and I don't know if this is a rumor or not. It could be because you know how people are, but I've heard that there were actually footprints found in the mud near Dylan's truck or grain truck, and that would be another question I would ask: is that a real thing that anyone knows? Because I've heard that.
where did you hear that? Because I feel like I've heard that too, but I feel like it's just gossip, but I don't.
I think I've heard it on Doug's channel, but
Okay.
I'm not really 100% sure on that one, but I think that might be where I've heard it. And I just wanted to know if like anyone knew or heard that also, because I am really, really curious about that.
No, that is. I mean, that would be a very interesting. Did anybody in chat, Susan, Bella, have you heard that?
Dylan's mother did say that before any of that
Okay.
evidence was collected, the entire area was trampled on by everybody.
Oh, that's right. So it could be somebody else's.
And I wouldn't mind talking about Jim Brenner, who is in jail right now, but I'm not going to talk about public people on social media.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
So do you, Ashley, do you want to ask about Jim Brenner then? You said Jim Brenner. She could talk about that if you have a question.
Yeah, all right. So I'm not sure what he's in jail for currently. Is it the whole Dylan situation, or is it like a whole
not right
different?
now. Nobody's charged with that yet.
Was it the man that he beat, or was that another?
It is the firearm stuff.
Oh, okay. So are they like
Felon with-
also holding him for questioning, or?
I don't think they named him as a suspect. There hasn't been any charge yet. So no, I don't know.
I
I'm
knew
sure
that.
they have probably questioned him. Yeah, I'm sure. I would hope they have already questioned him.
I would hope so.
But what do you feel about that, Susan? Since you have probably a good eye for this. I mean, do you think, can you tell us what you feel happened to Dylan?
From what I've read so far and listened to, I think that there was an issue over the gate. I think him leaving the gate open. That Brenner person seems to be really short-tempered.
Yeah.
I think that they just got into it, and somebody said that Dylan, would pop back. So I think he popped back, and I think it escalated.
So do you think that Jim got help, or is it just him?
I think he did it all by himself.
Really?
And he does have a pickup truck. I think he just took him out there to a stomping ground or someplace that he knows of that's secluded and put him there.
That's kind of my guess.
If anybody else is involved, it would be the person that he gave the guns to. But they've already interviewed him, so that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So I think he did this as a loner.
Man, wow. Do you think they'll ever find Dylan?
If they use cadaver dogs, yes. They need to do a background. I'm sure they already have, and that's what they're working on. Jim Brenner stomping grounds where he's been over the last 20 years. Where does he like to go? He pretty much had a lot of hours to travel pretty far. So, if I asked you to hide something, you're going to hide it in a place that would be a good hiding spot. So it's something that he knows of. He's not going to drive into the middle of nowhere and leave him in a place that he hasn't been before. So it's going to be somewhere that Brenner's been to and knows of before. It could be somebody else's property even, but it's going to be somewhere that he's aware of. So
he's familiar with, yeah.
Right. So those are the areas, and that place out there is so vast. I've looked at some videos and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But
I used to live in Utah, so
you can't do it without dogs at this point.
So they haven't used cadaver dogs like at all?
I thought they did.
Candace
That's what I thought too.
They had
Candace.
And Texas EquiSearch, I think, they're in the works of going out there and they're going to look at the wash, which
that's good.
I sent that tip in. I thought that wash was prime because you can go down the wash And if you were to lay something at the bottom of one of those walls and just go up to the top and pipe it and hit it with something, the wall will cascade down, and you don't even have to lift up a shovel to hide something. So those
That's a good
walls are
point.
very delicate, you know.
Oh, wow, really?
So that's
Interesting.
what they're doing, and that's where their mind is. And hopefully they're going to have some dogs out there and take a look at that wash.
And
That
they've been
that's important.
that would be my
they've
first.
they've been looking at the pings, like phone pings. I know the FBI has collected all the data, and hopefully Jim, if he did this, my opinion only, hopefully he has wasn't smart enough to, discard his phone. Hopefully it was
Or
in a
leave it
panic.
behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the
Hopefully
ping is in
that'll
the
pin
area
it.
of the wash, and that's why they're focusing on that.
That would make
That would
sense,
be
yeah.
It would be amazing, because the only thing I keep thinking about is like the California City Boys case, and the obviously Summers case, where we hit the year marker, and now we're
Yeah.
past the year marker with both of them, and there was nothing, and I just don't want that to be the case with Dylan.
Yeah, me either. It's heartbreaking when any case goes on for, I mean, I hate to say longer than it should, but because it should never happen at all. But it's just sad to see it hit that 1 year marker, because it's like, wow, this could go cold.
I know.
Scary.
I have faith in it. For some reason, I feel like, I don't know if they'll find Dylan, but I feel like they're going to find who did it, which I think is probably Jim, but they're going to be able to build a good case against him. What about the tracks in the wash? Has anything came of that they found, that they said it could be Dylan's truck, could be, I don't know, they got to analyze the tracks.
That was the reason that I focused on the wash, was because that initial drone data showed those tracks going down there, and I thought, oh, that's like.
And she said it looked like those fishtailing or whatever. So
yeah,
they didn't really know if it was a search group that made that track, or if that was whoever was going down there. They don't really even know. And that's why it's important that people aren't out there stomping around. Wait for an organized search where there's a grid map, and we can keep track of where you've been, where we need to go, who's been there. Even taking, if you're in a sensitive place, you can even get casts, just impressions of people's shoe with ink, just to show, it's no different than real evidence in a crime scene, where everybody has given a drop of themselves into, so they can discount that if that's found, and just people just stomping all over these places is not a good idea for that. It's contaminating.
No, it's not.
Something that could be important, and another thing, talking about Brenner, and this is just my mom thoughts, accusing all the people that are around him of doing something nefarious just because they know him, that is so distracting and not helpful.
I couldn't agree more.
And it's just, that's the part of social media that it just makes me sick to my stomach, because all that energy could be, all that energy and the care for the person that's missing, even if you're in it just for the reward. If you hook up with the right people in a search group, just to be a helpful neighbor, or just to be somebody that's going after a reward, there's a respectable, ethical way of going about that, where you're not out slandering your neighbor and trying to get attention and trying to get what I call clickbait hate. You can do like this show here is very respectable, and you will make good money off of shows that have respectable people on it. And
very true.
Information that is formatted in a way where it's moral and it's ethical and it's not hurting people. That's the good money to make. So I've only found a couple of channels on YouTube that fit that, and I think I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, now you're going to be starting your channel. Well, you do have some videos, but you guys go check out her channel. So
I'm not going to be doing YouTube for that. I'll be going to work shortly, and I probably won't even be on social media anymore. But I did have some stuff that I just am bursting with information, as far as ethics and morals, to help people, in the event that they are a searcher, or they, you want to join. We have, what the Doe Network is.
What is it?
You can go online and help match missing person cases with remains that have been found that are unidentified. It's called the Doe Network. And you can
Oh,
you can be your own sleuth and do your own digging, do your own research, and help a family match up somebody that's been found in one area that does not have an ID with a missing persons cases on the alternate board to that. It's called the Doe Network. You can register yourself and go in, and to your heart's content, search and be a researcher and help a family. You don't have to get on social media and be part of the conversation that involves hurting people and talking about rumors.
Yeah.
So there's a bright side to having that kind of personality where you want to be a helper and you want to be involved and discuss with other people cases. There's a real need for that. We have so many missing persons that haven't been found, and we have people that have been found that don't have an ID, but you can match. You can help and go in and match those.
That's really clever.
Thank you.
You're
yeah,
welcome.
it is.
That's a good
Mary, hi, Mary.
Hello.
Hi,
Can you hear us?
Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
meet y'all.
joining. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining.
I'm new here, so
Are you?
Ooh,
Oh, cool.
welcome.
Glad you're here.
I used to chat when I was in my teenage year, when I was a teenager, but it's been so long since I've chatted. So
Wow,
I'm
your
kind of
voice
new.
sounds really familiar to me for some reason. Huh.
My voice sounds familiar to
You
you?
sound really familiar, like I've met you. I don't know why. Just there's sometimes I run into people like, man, that sounds familiar. Okay. Anyway, I'm
I
not saying
do
I
it too.
have, but just something about your voice is really
I do it
familiar.
too.
My
You
voice.
too?
I've been to
Yeah.
other StreamYards just checking it out, and I've been told that I sound like two different people, celebrities, Forrest Gump and Jodie Foster.
Oh, I can
What
see
a
a Jodie
what a
Foster,
complete
but
difference.
Forrest Gump.
That's a big range.
Oh my God. Wow.
Can't help how I talk. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
You sound beautiful. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Nashville?
No, but I live in Ohio. So I mean,
I
I'm
live in
not too
Ohio
far away.
too. I've never been to Nashville. I've been to Tennessee, but not Nashville.
Me too.
Where are you from?
Me?
Hmm.
I'm from Ohio too.
Ohio.
Canton, Ohio. Yep.
I'm Chillicothe, Ohio, and we have crazy stuff going on here right now. So
Yeah. Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
well, okay, well, oh God. So, a few things actually. I don't want to get off topic, of course, but yesterday there was a police chase actually in Chillicothe because there was a couple who is now accused. You can look this up for yourself. Who is now accused of kidnapping a woman, and holding her at knife point and tying her up, and keeping her in like their camper that was tied to their vehicle. And my parents were like, they were down at the grocery store and they saw the police, like they saw the chase. It was crazy.
Wow.
So my dad had like the scanner playing and stuff when he got back because like we just wanted to know what's going on. There's just been like something every day. It's wild.
And then All Sane was saying there was something. I still have to look that up. So there might be a few different things going on. Hope
There's
Reigns.
a
Hope
lot.
Reigns is a fellow Ohioan too.
There's a lot of
I'm not
people
interrupting
from.
that conversation. I hope I didn't
So-
interrupt
No, I
the
don't.
conversation.
No, you're welcome up here.
Sorry.
So,
If I did.
Mary, do you have any questions for Susan, or do you have any thoughts on the case, or anything you want to share?
I don't know what y'all were talking about before I came up here. I just hope I didn't interrupt y'all.
No. Have you been following the Dylan Rounds case?
No.
Oh, so you don't even know okay. Well, we're talking about a missing persons case here from Utah. But I mean, I don't know if Utah, Nevada border, but yeah, he's from Utah. Ann Hedges, Burn Valley. Oh, that's what you were telling me about, Bella. Yeah, wow. Can I ask you a question, Susan, real quick about the boots to go back what we were talking about before? Why would he have left the boots there? I don't understand that. That makes no sense. He takes the body I shouldn't say that. Let's say if he did do something to Dylan and he goes and hides Dylan, why wouldn't he have taken the boots with him? Or could that just be like somebody like framed him and put him there? I don't get it. It's silly.
I've thought about that too. And the only thing I can think is he wanted to steal the boots to wear them. And then after he took them, they didn't fit. So he pitched them.
Kind of like the hat.
Yeah, the hat. But see, the whole thing with the hat is, what if he could just say that Dylan gave it to him to wear, though, right? Even if it does become,
He
if it's
could.
they find out it's Dylan's, would he be that stupid to just like wear his hat? But Bella, you had you had a kind of a theory
Maybe.
about that, about the hat thing, because I'm like, would he be that stupid to be wearing his hat if he did indeed take it from him after that whatever happened? And then Bella said, "Well, do you want to say how you answer that, Bella? Your
I
thoughts?"
mean, it was just a thought, but
No, we have pictures.
a lot of guys that are used to wearing hats every day, um, when they just leave and go out of their house, they'll grab a hat, put it on, and then when something's like on your head, you don't necessarily know what it. You're not looking at it every day, like all the time that day to see what it is, because it's like having your glasses on top of your head. You kind of forget about it, and so maybe he
Mhm.
didn't realize that he still was wearing. It was just felt like a hat, like all his other hats feel. I mean, it's just there's so many
Could.
things that could happen with that hat. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Christ Wrath, for your donation. Hello, Zav. Thank you for keeping Dylan Round's case in the forefront of our minds. We all love you, and you do. Bugs, thank you
Christ
so
wrath.
much.
That's so
You're so
sweet.
generous. Yeah,
That is sweet.
it is. Okay, so the boots. Yeah, so you were thinking maybe he got him to take, but then he had all that time. He could have brought him somewhere else. It's just so weird that he just leaves him right there, knowing. I mean, that's by his place. It makes it look really bad for him, So that just is weird to me. But
I almost wonder if he was running out of time and he just somehow left them, like just on, like not necessarily on. I don't want to say on accident or on purpose, but it was just kind of like in the heat of the moment, like something popped off and then he just left the shoes on accident. Like he was trying to hurry up and like that was the last thing on his mind was those shoes, and maybe he just like got caught up in disposing of Dylan or doing whatever he was doing, and he just left the boots there. Maybe he thought he threw them in the truck or whatever.
No, that's definitely a possibility. What do you guys think about the thing that came out? I think it was yesterday, right, Bella, where they said I think it was Taylina said something about a witness said, I don't know if it first came out on the live yesterday, but a witness had said that they saw like a couple trucks leaving around the time of his phone ping from his property. What do you guys make out of that? That was really interesting. That's been sticking
That
in
is
my head after I
interesting.
heard it. Because then, I mean, if the time of his phone ping that there was two cars, right? Somebody correct me. I think there was a truck or some kind of specific car with some kind of marking on it that they said. Did you hear that, Bella? They were talking about it
Yeah.
on Salty's Live last night, but I don't know if
Uh-huh.
it originated from there, or was it from somewhere else and they were just talking about it. Did you guys know?
Yeah, in criminality, she said 3
3, that's
vehicles.
right. You're right. It was 3. That's weird. I mean, that's a huge clue if that's true. If somebody maybe
Yeah.
didn't mistake the time and the day and everything. A white one. I mean, is the person that said that like a trustworthy witness, I wonder?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I mean,
3 cars? What if it's like a bigger ordeal than what we're thinking? What if it's like something like way bigger than what we're thinking? I don't
yeah.
Could be.
made me wonder. Oh, we got Darkwing Dove. Wait, is that Black Dove?
Yes.
Oh, you
Yes, it
changed
is.
I
her
think
name.
so.
Wait, why'd you change her name to Darkwing Dove? Okay.
only-
Yeah, it's Black Dove in chat. That's funny.
Well, it's Black Dove in chat because that's my YouTube name, but I changed my StreamYard name to this.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't even notice that it was Black Dove in chat.
I
Okay.
can see why though, because there's a lot of people taking that Dove thing. And
What do you mean?
they've done. I've seen other people in chat with the name of Black Dove.
I saw
So,
that
and it
one
wasn't
time when
Black Dove.
Black Dove, you said something about it. I forget what it was. It wasn't. It was
Yeah.
something else. They added
Oh,
something though, right? Wasn't it? It wasn't Black
yeah, it was
Dove, but it
Black
was.
Dove Look At, but there's also like Black Dove's Goon Squad, Black Dove's Bum Squad.
Yes.
Oh
I've seen that
God, what the
everywhere.
heck?
I'm not sure which ones are haters and which ones are like I don't know. I
Who
don't
actually
understand
like
it.
you?
Wow.
Izzy
So, Black,
Pop, thank you for becoming a
do
member,
you? Oh,
Izzy.
thanks, Izzy Pop. Black Dove, do you have any questions for Susan or anything you wanted to share on what we were talking about?
Well, I popped up because I was on Salty's live stream for a long time last night. Not all 7 hours, but and I talked with Taylina about the vehicles and stuff that you were just mentioning.
Oh, okay, yeah. Tell us a little bit more about that then.
Okay, so essentially, she said that there were 3 vehicles. There was one truck towing a camper, driving down, I believe it's called Little Pigeon Road, and that's the road to the south of the what everybody calls the grain shed. There was somebody, supposedly Chase, or she thinks it was Chase, driving off to the east towards Dylan's farm on a 4-wheeler. And then there was a large truck with dualies, the dual wheels in the back, that would have been making very unique tracks driving away from the grain shed property.
Whoa, this is huge if that's true. What?
And
Yeah, it
she
is.
also said that was that vehicle had unique markings on it, so it should be easy to identify. She didn't specify what the markings were. And I asked her very specifically because the 241 cell phone ping that was northwest of the grain shed, which is Dylan's last cell phone ping, would have coincided roughly with those vehicles being there if it was around 3 p.m., which she said it was. And I also tried to establish the timeline for James Brenner being on the scene, or if he was already at Don Hatley's having his barbecue. And I was like, well, wouldn't there be a little bit of a time lag? And she's like, no, he could have already left. She was essentially taking James Brenner out of the equation by saying that he could have been at Don Hatley's when these vehicles were leaving.
You mean take him out of the equation of the barbecue?
No, out of the equation of having been at the grain shed when these people were also there, whoever these people with these 3 vehicles were.
Well, unless if he's the one that did it and then he had them come and help him and then he already left. Do you think? I mean,
James Brenner doesn't have connections like that, though. He's like a
oh,
nobody with no connections except to, like, the only people who even really knew James Brenner were Kurt and Don.
oh, Chase didn't?
Chase had
Jim.
run-ins with James Brenner.
Huh, okay. So, whoa.
From what I gather, at Robert Aviles' house, James Brenner pulled a handgun on Robert Aviles. This wasn't like during the time frame of Dylan disappearing. This was before that. But so Chase and James Brenner dated the same girl, Becky, at some point. And I guess James Brenner pulled a gun on Robert Aviles. If I said Chase, I meant Robert.
Wow.
And that was, I think, over Becky.
Yeah,
at Robert Aviles' house.
It was over a female. Yeah.
This is wow. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder. So what? I
Yeah,
mean,
it does.
that's making it sound like it might not even have been Jim, and now it might be
Right.
Chase and 2 other cars. Who is the witness that saw this, though?
That would be great to know. I have no idea, and she didn't give their names.
Oh.
Because remember, they're saying like everybody lives so far apart, like so it wouldn't have been just been a neighbor probably seen it, right? I mean, somebody would have had to been in that area. I mean, who would even be there?
Well, remember this too about the neighbor thing. You got 2 other neighbor corroborations of certain things happening. One was Miss Lucinde's neighbor, who was a caller on another stream, and she said that her neighbor could see Dylan leaving his property at night, his farm, every night for weeks before he disappeared, and coming home in the morning. And then you've got Candace very recently on Duty Ron saying that 3 credible eyewitnesses saw Chase get into Dylan's pickup truck the day that he popped out of the woodwork all bloody. And I was like, wait, what? 3 credible eyewitnesses in the middle of the desert nowhere?
Yeah.
That is weird.
And I guess what's also weird is that they would interview those people and talk about Chase getting into Dylan's truck, but they wouldn't follow up on the lead with the multiple vehicles fleeing from the scene of the apparent crime scene.
Wow.
But couldn't it be? Well, box elders dropped the ball on so many fronts. So thank goodness the FBI are assisting. But could it be
That's
that
true.
the 3 credible witnesses that saw this? It could all. Candace could, when she says saw him get in, maybe they saw him get out, and so they're just saying like we can corroborate that Chase was in the car that day with Dylan, but not necessarily that he got in it. Maybe they just saw him exit.
Well, no,
the
he would have
vehicle.
gotten it because then Dylan brought him to Montello. That would make sense with the story, right?
I'd have to check the exact location where Dylan dropped him off.
Were you saying the witnesses seen him in Montello or with
No,
Chase or in his?
Witnesses saw Chase get into Dylan's pickup truck in the desert, according to
Okay,
Candace.
so that would go along with him picking him up and giving him a ride to Montello. Then, yeah.
Yeah, but what I
Sounds like
mean
it.
is the questioning being around seeing him get in the middle of the desert. Maybe Candace just means there are 3 reliable witnesses who saw him in the car. Like maybe it was like in a more populated area when he got out of the car.
Oh, I see
That's what
you're
I'm saying.
I see
Yeah.
what you're
He never
saying.
drove Chase to a populated area, though. If you listen to Chase's dad's call, forgot when that was, like last week or something, Chase got dropped off sort of by a road, but not in town.
So yeah, who are all these witnesses then? What the heck?
Well, she does
Yeah.
say that it is this. Okay, so it's kind of like flatlands out there. You guys have seen the sun tunnels, right? So on like the winter
Mhm.
solstice and the summer solstice, like it lines up perfectly. And somebody it's like an art installation. And she was saying that people sit out there with binoculars and they kind of look. So maybe it was something like that. Do you guys know where or maybe somebody knows where the sun tunnels are in relation to this trip of picking Chase up and dropping him off? Are the sun tunnels on that path?
The sun tunnels are due south of the grain shed on the same road that the grain shed is on and intersects, which is Little Pigeon Road down at the south part of that grain shed road. So they would be, I think, they're not going to be that close to where Dylan dropped Chase off or picked him up, I don't think. I'm not positive,
It's bizarre. I mean, it's all bizarre. That's kind
It
of
is.
what Tiff has been doing the last 2 lives that she's done, is she put together, and not to cast doubt on Candace at all for those reasons, but just to see the inconsistencies, because there's a reason. And
There's a lot.
that's why, yeah, we're all like so confused over certain things. Yeah. So what do you make of it, Susan? What do you make of some of these inconsistencies, Susan?
I don't listen to town rumors. If there's a witness and they've seen something, they need to turn it over to law enforcement. If they don't trust law enforcement, then call the FBI and tell them. But I don't.
True. But
I
even
don't-
coming from Candace,
Candace.
Dylan's
Yeah, what about
mom.
Candace's
Yeah,
inconsistencies
her
within her interviews?
Usually when I see her talking, she's trying to clear up some kind of rumor. So
True.
all the information that she's had has already been turned over to law enforcement or the FBI. So you kind of just have to trust them. But I don't, having been a PI investigator in a hot case like this, there are so many town rumors, and it's usually the same rumor regurgitated over and over and over and over. You know, that it's just, me personally, I mean, you guys are free to talk about it, but for me, it's just like a waste of time. So I'm no fun. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with that.
I actually think that you bring a lot of level-headedness to this, because, you know,
Me too.
we do that. Yeah. As true crime channels, we try, and Zav's really good at that, as being credible and not just running with speculation and saying things that are in her opinion. But it does help to have a professional who deals with these things say, you know, town rumors, and this is what we look at, and law enforcement has a way of doing this, and we know that, but it's good to express it every once in a while, you know.
Well, I don't mean to be offensive, but I don't usually listen to stuff like that. You know,
Thank
I watch most of the videos where the person is out in the field and they're searching, you know, and I've already probably watched it initially and formulated my own opinion. And I'm looking to change my opinion as I take in information. I want to change my opinion. I want to learn more and be more factual. So the first clue when listening to information out in the social place is, well, I don't know where that came from. So-and-so said that, or was their cousin, or they never gave their name. I don't listen to those at all. I don't listen to them at all because they go nowhere. You can't fact check it. You know, if it's a real witness, they need to call it in. Now, if you've got somebody that's coming on social media and saying, I witnessed this so-and-so, and I turned it in, That's a little different. But then that person
Right.
is also putting themselves at risk because the doer of this could be out there still. So if you are the doer of a crime and there is a witness that's out on social media, you can be found. So you're really putting yourself at risk if you are the witness in like this missing persons case. You're putting yourself at risk. Even in litigation later on, you are a witness, but you are on social media. So now what you've seen now is tainted by all these conversations that are still on social media. So now you are a tainted witness. So I mean, that's how I see things. You know, um, I look at it and in a court litigation way. All this drama and toxicity, dragging neighbors in and witnesses that don't exist, and what did they see? That taints everything. It even taints your own opinion, if you are for whatever reason involved. And me personally, I want the truth. I don't want to talk about, all that extra fodder that's out there. But that makes me not a real true crime fan, because I don't get off on all the talk and all. I don't get it. It does nothing for me. It just confuses me.
But
No,
there's
you
a
just don't
chance
deal with
that
drama.
yeah, there's a chance though that there could be a credible witness. Maybe the FBI did already talk to him. That's what I want to know. Like,
Well,
have they
that's
been
what I
talked
just
to? What are are they
well,
credible?
that's what I just said. Zav, if I am a witness to something and I have turned it into law enforcement or the FBI, and I get on social media and I go, hey, I'm a witness, and I saw Joe and Joe in that blue truck down on 301 road, I have just now put myself at risk because the doer could be out there still, and now they have identified a witness to their crime. I just put myself at risk.
But what I
If
don't think
that's
it.
not
Oh, go ahead.
reality, ending up being a witness in court. If you can imagine me sitting now in court as a witness to that blue truck driving by, and the prosecution or the defense is now questioning me as a witness to a crime. Now I've been on social media and I have flooded my memory with all this other fodder from social media. Witnesses do not belong on social media. They do not do any service to the victim or the case if they're walking around town giving information that might not be accurate. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do we know if the witness actually went on social media? Because I think Taylene just said it. So what if Taylene just heard it from, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if does anybody know, did the witness actually share this on social media, or is it just like hearsay somebody heard about a witness? That's what I'm not sure about though.
I thought it was hearsay, but I'm not.
That's what I'm thinking.
for
So I don't
sure.
think the witness actually was on social media. But I could be wrong because I can't follow everything. I'm trying to follow as much as
It's
I can.
hours
But I miss
upon
a
hours
lot.
of
Yeah.
it.
But I agree with what you're saying, Susan. But I'm just not sure where that came from. If they are sharing it,
If you're the type of person that has a private investigator kind of mind, and a lot of these women on here are fantastic at piecing together things. If you have that kind of a mind and you want to be helped and you want to brainstorm, with your peers and try to figure out what happened and then present that to law enforcement, that's a totally different thing and that's acceptable. But to put it out there without corroborating what was really said and by who, you're doing yourself an injustice in trying to come to a conclusion that you can stand behind when you hand it to law enforcement. So you can't just go to law enforcement and go, I heard on YouTube that somebody in a red dress was driving a Volkswagen and they are a witness. Well, who are they? Oh, I don't know. It was just something somebody said on YouTube. You're just wasting your own time and you just make yourself look silly.
I agree.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all depends on the motive of the person that's carrying the information. Do I just want to be part of a conversation? Do I want to help solve it? Do I want to know where to search? And then you have to remember there might be a doer out there and they have friends who are purposely putting fodder out there to lead them away from the doer. That does happen.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that happens a lot, probably.
So, that's why it's so important to fact check, if you can. And if you want to keep a file under town rumors and maybe go through them later, which is what I did, I kept those in a file. You know, like maybe there was somebody in all of those crazy tips that came in. Maybe there was one in there that had a little bit of a spin on it. And police do the same thing. They go, you know what, this right here, this had a little bit of liability to it. I think I want to go talk to that person. How did they know that? Only we know that. So, you know, it just depends on what your motive is in true crime, you know.
Yeah.
But you always have to try to put each other first and not slander a person and make their lives any rougher. You know what I mean?
Mad Cow. Susan, could Dylan's boots
Thank
been
you, Mad
removed
Cow Nerd.
because of mud stuck on soles of boots? Could released in traveling in a car or truck and been used as proof by matching tread pattern that Dylan was in a vehicle? Thanks for the super chat, Mad Cow. I don't know. Traveling in a car been used as proof. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I don't know.
That's been
Okay.
possible. I really think that they were thrown as an afterthought. You know,
Yeah.
but I would like someone to change my mind about that.
I
Go ahead.
I texted Taylene, and now we can use her name. Don't have to say Sammy. She said that last night on Salty's channel. So I asked her about the 3 vehicles that she talked about last night and what she said about that. So I'm going to read to you. Hopefully,
Okay.
I'm going
Can you
to
ask
be
for
going
something
to another
else too
city.
after you read it?
I
There's something I've been
absolutely-
dying to know. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So she said there were 3 vehicles total. I'll read exactly what she said. 3 vehicles in the area. 1 came out of the fence on the property. So I said, which one came out? Was it the dually? And she says, yes, it was the dually that came out of the fence on the property. And then I asked her who said the info about the vehicles. And she said people that have property in Montello, and they were at the sun tunnels, but they don't want to be named.
Oh.
They've gone to the FBI.
Okay. So they were just at the sun tunnel. Okay, so that kind of makes sense since the sun tunnels is a spot people do go. And okay, is that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So what question do you have?
Well, I have a few questions, but the one I wanted her to clarify about when Kurt said when they had their family time or whatever, when he was talking about that he left for a moment to go to the bar. When was that? Was that Friday that he was saying that he left, so he wasn't with the family for a period? And why did he go to the bar? How long was he gone, and what time and stuff?
You know,
I don't know.
You know what, Tiff?
What?
I'm going to send her the link and I'm going to ask her to come up because I know we talked about some of these questions, and if she has time, if she doesn't, I'll ask her. I'll ask her, but I'm going to ask her if she can maybe just come up for a second. And that way it's not like playing telephone. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, thanks. Man, I wish I could remember some of the other things I wanted to ask her. I have 3 questions I want to ask her, but I know there was a lot more from when was the last live yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I want to ask her this. I want to ask her this. I know I also want to ask her about the farming Friday night. It's how do they know that Dylan was doing that for sure? And then also, what's this thing? Because I haven't got to watch the live, but I've seen it in comments a couple times about something with Kurt cleaning with bleach or something, that something came out.
That's from Candace's text messages. Did you see those?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh boy. So there's Candace's text messages, and there's a secret recording supposedly made by Candace, sent by Candace for sure, to Jim Terry very early on. And in these text messages, Candace reveals to Jim Terry that one of the detectives had lied to her.
Excuse me. If this is where the conversation is going, I don't want any part of it, so I'm going to say goodbye. Or you can change. Or you can change the topic. That's your choice.
I actually want. I want to hear about it though. Oh shoot.
Then I'll say goodbye, and you guys carry on. And thanks for having me on here.
Okay, thank you. You guys go check her live out Friday. She's going to be talking, and then we might do something. Okay, thank you, Susan, for
Susan,
coming up.
you're a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much for bringing a level-headedness to this. We needed it this afternoon. Have a
I
great
agree.
Sunday.
You're very
Thank you
welcome.
for coming, Susan. It was nice
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so
I didn't know I said anything wrong.
no,
Well,
I
just
just
names. I think that she doesn't like names being said, because she's still like a professional in what she does, and so no, it's not wrong.
yeah,
It's
no,
just
I
not
asked.
her.
You didn't say anything wrong. No, and
Yeah.
she's all right. She just didn't want to be a part of the conversation, but I don't think that she has a problem with us talking about it. But yeah, I've been interested. Okay, so you said Candace sent Jim early on, so when they're probably still on good terms, a
Yes.
recording
Of Ellenberg, kind of throwing Kurt under the bus a little bit, talking about some underground or partially buried Connex box, which is a shipping container, doomsday bunker, which has apparently been searched by the cops. I heard something about it having been searched. I have no confirmation on that, but that's something that was said on another stream, is that both of these places were searched, like the Connex box and the motorhome. But she mentioned in the recording, Ellen did, the Connex box bomb shelter, and she was hesitant to like give Candace an exact location stuff. So I'm not sure what to make of that whole recording. It supposedly took place at a casino in Wendover when Candace met her there specifically to discuss these things. They talked about Kurt. And then in the text messages, she also talked about Kurt, which were to Jim Terry. She said stuff about how if Kurt did something to Dylan, she thinks these people might be involved. I don't remember the exact, like it's right there. You can read it on,
You're
I
talking
think it
about
was Tyler Feller.
Candace's text with Jim.
Yeah, this was Candace texting Jim, and Jim vaguely texting back. He was mostly just replying.
Okay.
But Candace did say that one of the police had lied to her about something, which was that Dylan was not living at his trailer in Lucin. He was actually spending a lot of time in Montello at one of Kurt's motorhomes. And the bleach thing came from this text message where she said, and that motorhome has been bleached clean.
By Kurt, she's saying. Wow.
Or his associates. That's essentially what was said in those text messages. There's more to it, but it's not that important.
Oh, I'll have to go check.
And everyone keeps bringing up the bleach, and like I always play devil's advocate. And while it could mean something, but like we know from other things that Kurt has said, he's kind of a clean freak. Like I don't want to say clean freak. I shouldn't say that. I don't know that. But maybe I am too. Nothing wrong with being a clean freak. But I don't want to put that on somebody, or I don't. You know how things are when you're up here. So rewind that. Maybe he was just cleaning for the day, and it, as a mother, if your child is missing and you smell bleach somewhere, you're just going to be like, whoa.
Yeah, you're going to be like, what happened?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah. So, I mean, just to play devil's advocate, I'm not saying he's cleared. Nobody's cleared right now. In my opinion only, nobody is cleared.
Well, I think we've heard that no one's cleared. Also,
yeah. You mean legally?
Yeah, legally.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Chase thing? That whole thing. Oh, Chase has been cleared, but I don't think, because I don't know. I don't think we could write him off quite yet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, didn't Candace say that the family has cleared Chase, but not law enforcement? Okay, exactly. I thought so.
She also said you can't clear somebody who hasn't been named a suspect. So since Chase was never named a suspect in Dylan Round's disappearance, he can't really be cleared for it.
Yeah. Right. So until he could be, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I still think that they need to keep keep everybody open to a possibility of maybe, because now that you're saying that he was seen, maybe it was him driving that 4-wheeler that day.
Yeah, that's a pretty big maybe, because that's an eyewitness account allegedly that's being relayed by Taylina. So
I have a question. Does anyone know if anyone that could be a suspect's cars or something have like a GPS like system built into it to where they could ping like a location, like a black box? I don't know what it's called. I know for planes it's black box. I'm not for sure. But that would like really help if so.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Brenner's truck, it was probably pretty old, right? Or the way they made it sound. I mean, would that even have something like that?
No, definitely not.
And then Chase, I don't know. Chase had
But
a 4-wheeler?
Taylina did say that James Brenner definitely has a phone.
So wonder if they got the phone. They have
mean,
it probably, right?
Got
He's
the
in
records.
jail, so yeah.
And he could, and think about the people, like sometimes when I'm not saying this is again, my opinion, this is complete conjecture, you guys. He could also have a burner phone. Hopefully they have everything and they're going through, because we heard that FBI from Candace, that they're going through the pings. It takes some time to get stuff like that back. It takes time to get DNA results, maybe soil results back. And that's what's up, criminality. Teresa in the house sending you.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Hold on.
Let's get it. Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you so much. Should I read them or do you guys want to see them? I know I know you guys, some of you have already seen them, but I haven't seen them yet. Okay, hold on. Are these in order? Hold on one second. Where did I downloaded them? Okay. All right, 1 second. Let me just make sure which one is first. But go ahead, Bella, you can finish your thought real quick while
No, I think I did. I'm just texting to Tay about, because I said, can you come on and answer some questions about the barbecue? And she says, we had a barbecue on Sunday.
No, it doesn't have to be about the barbecue, but the fact that of Saturday when they said that they were with her, Kurt was with his family all day that weekend, so he has an alibi. And I swear I thought he said Saturday was the day that he left for a little bit to go to the bar. So I just want to know what day that he did leave that gathering, wherever they were riding, whatever. Was it Saturday that he left for a little bit, and what was the reason he gave? How long was he gone? Does anybody else remember him saying that? I wish I had a timestamp. It was in one of the recordings.
I remember it, but I don't remember if he said Saturday or Sunday.
I know. I don't know if
he did
say Saturday or Sunday. I mean, but it was sometime that weekend, and that's why I was just curious what day was it. But no, I don't know. Is that a bit? That might not be. She might not like me asking that question, huh?
It's a good question.
Yeah, but you can see where
it's not going to get. We're not going to get an answer about it today. I said that, we're not going to really get an answer about it today. So I said, because she's busy right now. So I said that maybe we can get together with her some other time, even if it's behind the scenes, to like ask those questions,
Okay.
And if we're allowed to convey it, then you will. And you know what I mean? So yeah. But yes. So Teresa sent you this stuff. That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Let me share. I'm trying to figure out which one is first. Hold on 1 second. Let me share my screen. Okay. So I don't know I think it's like, oh, sorry, that's ours. Okay. I think it's, wait, why is it's not, I think this is the last one, right? Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get the other one. It's not letting me go over. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up this way.
There's a couple duplicates in there too.
Oh, okay. No, it looks like this one must be first. Oh, that is a duplicate. Okay, that's why I'm getting confused. All right, 1 second. Okay, I don't know. Why can I not figure out if this one's first? And the chopper. Okay, I'm just gonna pull one up. I don't know because I don't know how it went. Here we go. We'll do this one. Okay, so it says, I'm with the wait, which one is the pink? Let's see. I'm with the detective. Give me a few. I would like to speak with a detective since he's never called me back. If you get a minute, put me on the phone with him, please. So That has to be Jim in the gray, right? I am with
Yeah.
the detective waiting for you to call back. Food for thought. Kurt's brother is a I'm not going to say that word. As we know, Kurt had to leave. Wait. As we know, Kurt had to have help if he did something to Dylan and took. Oh, wow. Why did that just. Did you guys just see that?
What do you
Are you
mean when
still
it
there?
switched?
I
When it
didn't switch
switched?
it. It
Yeah, I
just did it
saw
on
that.
its own. Hold on.
Crazy.
That was weird how it did it. Let me go bring it back up. Oh, my lordy.
I always feel like somebody
It's a ghost.
watching
Why can't now I can't even find that one.
Lullaby with the Chuck Palahniuk cover. I hope you went to my channel and heard my reading of the story so you can go to bed. I have a playlist of it. It's like 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
He's my favorite author.
I'm getting it, guys. Sorry. It's like my phone. Okay, here we go. I'm going to continue where we're at, even though I'm not sure if this is first. Okay. Let's see. For food for thought. Oh, yeah. Kurt had to have help. He did something. If he did something to Dylan and took him somewhere, he had help. I think that we would be a very. Oh, wait. I think that would be a very likely accomplice. So she's talking about what his brother, yeah. And his other semi is in Eastern Idaho at his great grandpa's. And then there's a video, it looks like. Okay, so sorry I had to get some sleep. I think there's more than just drugs being sold out there. How did the conversation go between the detectives and Kurt? I found out Blauer has now lied to me. Who's Blauer? Brenner, maybe?
One of the detectives that she was talking to.
Oh, okay. Has now lied to me. Dylan was staying in a motorhome in town and it has been bleached clean. Wow, Jim says. Then I have a whole new plan. What is the address to that trailer? No, it's just right alongside the bar. Wait. Oh, the motorhome. Is that what she's talking about? Or
Yeah,
what?
she's talking about Kurt's motorhome.
Okay. Call me when you can. I just have a couple questions and something I think we need to look into. I have 3 choppers in the air today. Okay. And then what's my okay. So Joe Glasscock, there are 2 guys for the Wine Cup Gamble Ranch Dylan did custom farm work for, both from Montello and would like theirs ran also. I think everyone out here knows what's going on. I don't trust any of them. Is this correct? We are traveling to meet Ellen. Anything new on your front? Nothing new at all. That's the lady that called me yesterday. She's going to take you to all the hidden locations. Don't forget to call his cell phone or FaceTime when you get to those locations. There is no service where she is pointing us. She will meet us in Wendover. I will not have her take us. I don't trust an effing person in this town. She says that she says she's terrified of him, yet invited us to her house in Montello to give us the information. That does not add up. No matter where you are in that town, you are within 300 yards of Kurt's house and bar. He would know we are there. Can you pull her background, please, so I know what I am walking into? I also want you to dig into the Saddle Source financials. That's the bar we know it's a front for money laundering in this meth deal, and it all ties in. Will you get these plates ran for me real quick? Any luck with the backgrounds check or anything? And can you inform me on the information you just sent Justin, or you sent Justin? We all need to be on the same page. Yes, getting in the door now. Give me a few minutes and I'm going to get everything over to you. One moment. I just woke up. I finally crashed. All right, let me see if there's one more. Oh yeah, there is one more here. In a chopper. Choppers are very expensive. That the police deploy them, or is this a private deal? The police would not deploy choppers unless it was very serious. Private, and the police did have a chopper out all day Friday. What did Kurt say during the interview? That's a double. Let's see. Let me finish this and I'll call. I have too much information. Okay, I'm traveling, so I'll be in and out of service, and take your time. I'm here. I need plates ran and all the info on this person. He has inserted himself. I'm trying to figure out where they grocery shop. I also need a background check on Dan Iverson. Believe full name could be Daniel, and I'll have 2 more and piecing stuff together. I'm realizing even the good guys out here are bad. Okay, so that's what she sent me. Huh. Interesting.
But okay, so do you see like kind of, this is in the beginning, because we all know that Terry didn't talk to Candace after, I don't know, but I think by the time he was cut, like on the second time he was on your show, Tiff, maybe. So
he was done.
now,
Yep.
And what Candace is basically trying to piece this together, like she said, all these characters in her son's life, all of these people in Montello, and we know that she had never been at the farm prior to Dylan missing. So she is coming from this place of like, who are these people? Run these people's plates, run their background. You're the PI, handle it. But okay, when someone puts something like this out, you have to ask yourself, what's the motivation behind it? And in my opinion only, Jim is doing damage control because he's trying to say at this juncture, I'm not the one that said all this crazy stuff about the Wadsworths or these people. Candace Cooley said it. And if you're going to come at me, you got to go at them because they gave me this info. So it's kind of
damage control, like you said.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, and I kind of get, like, you have a PI, just like Susan said, like, they're your lifeline. You feel like they're helping you. Someone's finally listening. Candace at that point said the police weren't listening. No, Elko, Box Elder, no one was listening to her. And so finally she has a PI. So she's like, please. Anyway, just my opinion.
No, probably because he's possibly in the process of maybe getting sued, right? So he's trying to.
Oh yeah.
Like if I go down, they're going with me.
Yeah, like I had the right to say this.
Yeah, or that he had the right. So
they're the one that started that rumor, not me.
Yeah.
But it's privileged information and you need to vet it before you say it, because.
Yeah.
But I get, like, he's saying, like last night on Salties, he was like naming off to Tay, like all these people that said all these things about Kurt. And yeah, they are unfortunately all drug addicts, or I mean, the majority, I think there's like 2 people who might not have been in that list. But yeah, because who's going to listen to Jim yelling at them? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. My opinion only.
No, I agree with that.
No, yeah. I mean, I agree too.
I think Jim might have just been doing it to vindicate himself, and say, hey, I was right. That seems more like him than damage control. I don't think he cares enough to do damage control.
Oh, he was doing a lot of damage control yesterday with Tay. Like, he was like, if you're coming after me, here's where I got it from. He's like, why haven't you gone after Candace? She hates your family. Why haven't you gone after Ellen? She ripped your dad up sideways and left and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, don't look at me, look over there. It's a distraction technique.
Did you see that fight between Ellen and Kurt, by the way?
No. It was that on Salties?
It was on the previous one from a few days ago. Yeah.
I saw that part. Yes, I did.
I have not.
It was very interesting.
I need to go listen. I need to go listen to it.
I was telling you about it, Bellarmine, because somebody sent me a timestamp. You have to check out this fight. And because basically it's like, it's all your fault. You started it, Ellen. It came from you, the whole cross-dressing gay thing. And then she said basically the gay thing actually came from the niece, she said, right? His niece. So I don't know. But yeah, is that the part? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the stream. Kurt had listened in to the conversation with Ellen and somebody else. And then at the end of the thing, Ellen and Kurt started really fighting a lot. And he basically told her, screw you, but not that nicely. Many, many times.
Do they have
kind of like, you started it, I'll finish it.
Yeah. Do they have to see each other? Because doesn't she owns the bar, right? I mean, are they like running into each other in town a lot, you think?
I would imagine so, because they do have a business relationship.
Yeah. Wow. Tension. Can you imagine like having
I
to?
know.
That's got to be awkward.
Oh. And so
Well,
is
Saul,
Dylan taking it all back? Like everything he said, is he trying to say that it didn't happen now, or with the cross-dressing thing? I mean, isn't he kind of like now kind of taking
walking
it back
it
a little
back.
bit? Yeah.
hmm They're all
Well, he
walking it
sort of,
back.
yeah, he sort of walked it back like when he said stuff too, and he allegedly gave a tamer version of his old story when he came on live.
Hmm. Wonder why.
Then he
Well, I
kind
guess-
of elaborated and gave a little bit more info, and then after that, he sort of backtracked again.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Ashley, were you saying something? I feel like I cut you off.
Oh no, you didn't.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm positive.
I have a habit. I try to. Sometimes it's hard because you don't know if somebody's going to say something, and then.
And there's a lag too.
Oh, there is a lag for you?
Well, I mean, I don't know because I'm on two different phones right now. I'm on an iPhone and an Android. I usually am, anyways. Just because sometimes
You're modding.
yeah. And so the Android phone is louder, so I use it to like listen in, and then I mod on the iPhone. I don't know, it's weird. But right now I'm using earphones. But yeah,
Well,
and sometimes there's just a lag between phones. It's weird.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's like an actual lag or not.
No, delete squad.
Country
which one?
girl, I love you, country girl. You're so sweet here, but I need to correct you on this. Zavgirl had a interview lined up with Candace Cooley prior to Jim coming on scene, and we would have learned basically the same things we know. Jim, while entertaining, a lot of the things he said didn't pan out. Some of the things we aren't supposed to know about, you know what I mean? And you guys,
Yeah.
like I said last night on Salty's panel, there's things that I will not get into no matter what. It's just not my character. But you have to take our word for it that me and Tiff talked to him a lot behind the scenes. And
Right.
things you guys aren't going to know about. And so when we say things, it's not our opinion. It's things that actually happened. And it's stuff that it's just stuff that's hard to swallow. And so the fact that we're not talking about it doesn't make it any less whatever adjective you want to put on that. So I just want to correct that. He isn't the big savior of this case.
I mean, I get like why they're saying that, but you don't understand. This was going to be like a Summer Wells case anyway. People were going to end up coming out. Locals were going to go on YouTube. I think with or without Jim, I think it would have progress like it did. I really do, because it seems like the locals there are eager. They were eager to freaking get on YouTube. They were eager to tell their stories. They were eager, just like in the Summer Wells. I think it would. I don't think that we need a Jim for that. I think it was going to happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of good came out of what Jim did. But what they're saying is that because all the drama, like we're talking about all this stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but
that
I
there's
think it
more
happened
focus
anyway. I really do. But
I mean, more
he's
focus on the drama than Dylan.
No, I think the drama would have came too anyway, because it reminds me of like the Summer Wells case. I think the locals would have came out and they would have contacted YouTubers. I mean, you can get.
I was talking to my friend earlier, and we were talking about that.
Ellen would have come out anyway.
Yeah, Ty would have came out. I mean, you could get a hold of YouTubers. You could have their contact information, so that you wouldn't have had to need Jim necessarily. I think they would have reached out regardless. To be honest, if they weren't reaching out to Jim, they were going to reach out to the. What's that?
I said I think he just like sped up the attention to the case.
Yeah, I could see that, but I think it would have happened anyway. But
I think there was a lot of misinformation. Like you had to go on record to state that it wasn't Troy, because we were told like the first time he came on the show, and people are still saying
I see that all the time.
Because they're saying it's Wade Shoup, not Troy, but it was never Troy. It was Scott or Wade Shoup, but it was Troy because Jim got it mixed up. But you know what I'm saying? The record showed it could possibly been Scott. Now everybody's
100%
saying it's
success
Wade.
rate.
But you know what? I can't find that incident on Wade Sheep's record. Yeah, he's a RSO, registered, and he does have a lot of he has a record, but I don't see that specific record. So that we still don't. Has anybody been able to show that specific thing on Wade's though? So I still am not sure who it is. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it is him," but I want proof. I want to see the record where it says it. Have you guys seen it yet, where it specifically says that charge for Wade?
We can't find it.
I can't find it under Wade's. I do find other stuff. Wade doesn't seem like a very decent guy, but I haven't found that one. I don't know.
And you had to go on record and say, listen, the information we put out on Troy is wrong. Here's why. And it's still, like you just said, I saw it last week where a creator was saying Troy kept 3 women in a shack. Like, it just started a lot of things that weren't necessary. And I'm not saying that Kurt's off the table. I'm not saying the Wadsworths are off the table. But what I'm saying is, when you're telling something as fact, have it be fact, so that everyone can base it on the information that's fact. And it just kind of ruins stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It just gets in the way of the actual investigation, in my opinion, also.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that the key fob has made an entrance again?
Yes.
What did you hear about it?
And the thing thank you for reminding me. I forgot to share that when I was going to. Go ahead. I'm going to bring that up, Black Dove. Go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, it's just that early on in the Heavy D video, Candace used, or it might have been Mike, used the word found when describing the key fob. It didn't sound like they found it in Idaho, which is where they supposedly brought one from. It sounded like they may have found it in the trailer. But then the story changed, and she said that no, that key fob was never found. That's why they broke the window out. That's why they got one from Idaho. Somebody else brought it. But now it's been said that 2 days later, or sometime later, Dylan's key fob reappeared in his trailer, and it was put there by an unknown person, and that was brought to you by NamUs, which is, I believe, in conjunction with law enforcement to put out their press releases. So they updated the NamUs file on Dylan and added that the key fob was put back in his trailer by an unknown person. And there's been confusion about the key fob appearing and disappearing and the pistol being found or not found. Because also in the Heavy D video, Candace says something about his gun being found. Now,
did you? Well, I know we put it on the lives. I caught it. It's the first time I even caught it when I was going through Candace's, and you could tell in that context that she is not talking about the other pistol, because they're talking about what is all found. Yeah. And she says, "Oh, we found the gun." And she said the missing is like the wallet, blah blah. But we found the gun, and then he says, her new husband, or her current husband says, and the key fob was found, or whatever. The way he worded it, it sounds like they found it when it was missing, and they found it. Yeah. So and that was from June 8th. Well, it was uploaded June 8th. Which
that video was recorded June 2nd.
June 2nd. Okay, I knew it was before, because I was like, it was pre-recorded. It's okay. Thank you. June 2nd. So that was one of the first videos, I feel like, with Candace, right? For her to so, and then she backtracks. Yeah. Which, do you think it could just be because law enforcement told her to kind of backtrack?
Probably. Okay. I mean,
probably, yeah.
I can't see another reason to say that a piece of I don't even know if you'd call it evidence, but if something was found and then it's not found, and now it's found again, and there's all these discrepancies as to what's been found, I can't see anybody doing that for any logical reason, just to muddy the waters and cause more drama and confusion on YouTube.
Where can I find that? Now I can't find it. Where it says it was found, you said.
It was on the NamUs file, NAMUS, whatever that acronym is.
Okay, I have it.
I just saw screenshots of it. I didn't actually go to their website and pull it up.
Let me see if I can find it.
But I got to hop off panel for a bit. I'll probably be in the chat for a little bit too.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, Black Dove.
Bye, Black Dove.
Thanks for coming up.
Alrighty, take care.
You too. Okay, I'm trying to find out on NamUs because I want to see where it says. So isn't that weird? Was that recently? Because I did that live, making kind of a big deal about it, and then it seems like every time there's a live saying something. Well, no, that was the first time. It was the official website where when Taylina said that about the gun, and then, or was it the key fob or the gun? And then they updated it. They made sure that they pointed it out on the official page like the day after. So when did the NamUs thing? I wonder if that has no, because that's not run by her. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah, it's just interesting. And if did they find it? Didn't they? Because if it was found, okay, let's say it was found in his like in his pants pocket or like with his clothes, then it makes you think, oh, never mind, because he doesn't keep his doors locked. Because I was going to say, then it makes you think nobody was even looking through his car, but he's not known to keep his doors locked, so they wouldn't need the key fob for it. Black Dove, did you want to hear Tay say she thinks Candace's reference to the small jacket man is Kurt?
It was the psychic that Kurt. Kurt, the jockey man is right, Tiff. The jockey man. Well,
I didn't know it was Candace saying it. I thought you meant what everybody else talking about it. But what do you mean, Candace? When did Candace say the jockey man? I thought it was the psychic that when Kurt was talking about. Remember, we were all trying to figure out what jockey he was talking about.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what interview Candace said it? And was it after the Kurt thing that came out? And then she heard that, so she wanted to, because that wouldn't make sense if she said it. She thinks it's Kurt, and it came from Kurt with the. I don't know. I'm confused now. Hi, All and Vera. I don't know. So Kurt is short. We were trying to. All I want to know is, remember on that interview that we pointed out where Candace said she does know somebody that's about an inch taller than her, and he knows Don and Jim, or she didn't say he. They know Don and Jim. And she didn't say who, and I was like, does anybody know who's short? So wonder, huh? I don't know. Oh, she said it in the Heavy D video? How did I miss that? If that's the case, Bella didn't know that. I guess it wasn't the psychic thing that if you're talking about what Candace said. I didn't hear her say it in the Heavy D. Wow.
The little jockey man is still missing. Criminality, still missing. So Will said,
Bella, your private chat, how do you know about that? What do you mean?
Because I did it.
Oh,
and I have
what's
a screenshot.
Okay. They know?
That's the
Can
name.
We say it's an accident?
Yeah.
Did they know? Did you tell them it was an accident?
No,
Can you tell
Kitty,
them?
yes, hold on. Let me get the name really quick.
Hold on 1 second.
I think
I'll add you. 1 second. Hold on.
Kathy Cat, if you're still here, I blocked you by accident. I hit the wrong person. So don't worry about it. We're going to unblock you.
I hope it shows up right away in the block. Does it?
It might take a minute, but if you're there, it's a complete accident. So we will unblock you. I can't unblock. It's just not letting me on my end unblock her.
After you block. Oh, what is it? Oh, yeah. I found it. It's here. Here we go. Yes, I got it. Thank
Yay.
You. Okay.
Okay, so we have Cat. You're back
Teresa,
on.
Hey, you guys. Sorry.
Here.
I didn't want to be confusing in the chat, like trying to type over and over again. I don't remember if it was the Heavy D video. I just remember her talking, and you said exactly what she said, that there was a small statured man that was that did know Don and Jim, but she didn't name him.
Oh, you're talking about that. She does say that. Yes, she does.
So
she said he's about an inch
taller
than her.
Kurt starts talking about that and refers to him as like a jockey, like a little person, like a 5'1" almost kind of person. But then last night I asked Tay about it, and she said that she thinks Candace was talking about her dad.
Oh, I was wondering kind of like maybe it's Kurt, because I don't know how tall Kurt is. I'm like,
he's 5'5". I asked her.
Oh, okay. That's not only an inch taller than
I know.
Because Candace says he's about an inch taller than her, and he's about the same build. I could see maybe same build, but that wouldn't be an inch tall, huh?
No, because she's tiny.
Yeah, she's 4'11".
She's 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think that she was talking about Kurt. I think she's talking about somebody else, but Tay thinks she's talking about Kurt, but Kurt's 5'5".
Yeah, if Kurt's 5'5", then she wasn't talking about Kurt.
Well, maybe she is, and she's like, to her, a half a foot is like close, because no man is that close to her. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't either. But we talked about this, Teresa, me and Tiff were talking about this, that in both of our heads, it's like some homeless man out there, like, right, Tiff? You think it's like in your
Mine
head?
too.
You too, Ashley?
Yes.
Wait, say that again. I missed it. What'd you say?
We discussed like when she said that, what we saw in our heads, and we like saw like some little homeless dude. Like,
well, she
walking
like
out
acts
there.
like, or she says like a smaller person, but Kurt acts like it's an actual like jockey, like some retired horse trainer.
Yeah.
Living out
So I
there.
asked Talina, I'm like, who has horses? And she's like, Jim has a horse. And I'm like, well, that wouldn't be him, because she's saying
Oh,
that this
yeah, no.
third person knows Jim and Don.
And Dawn, yes.
But if
But
there's only like
see-
50 people there, somebody who's 4'11", 5 foot, everybody should know who that is.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd
Yeah,
think.
That's gonna kind of stick out.
Wonder if
Like the
that's a
opposite of
question to
being
ask
really
Talina,
tall in
like,
public.
if she knows anybody about a guy. Well, I'm assuming it's a guy. She doesn't say the gender, if you notice. But I just assumed guy for some reason. That
Yeah,
she
I
meant a
assume guy too.
guy.
She doesn't say guy, because I in my head thought she said another, like a third
No,
guy, like
because
a third man.
when we were going over it just yesterday in the last two lives, we went over that part, and no, not. I mean, do you guys remember? I don't want to say I'm 99% sure, because we were saying, God, she doesn't say. Remember,
that's
Bella? We were just
interesting.
like,
Yes.
she doesn't
She
say if
doesn't
it's a
say
guy
guy.
or girl, but I'm pretty sure
She
that
doesn't give
She
gender.
doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, well, is there any
Yeah.
person then? Any person that's like around the 5 foot range that has horses? Because that's why I was like, who has horses?
But see, I think the horse part might be when
That's-
stuff comes from Kurt, then you're thinking, then you could be going into the psychic realm, because
That's true.
he puts a lot of emphasis on what psychics tell him. So let's say somebody said, there's a short, I see somebody short, they're like a jockey, they have horses. he
I don't
would
know any
say
really
that.
short jockeys.
Like, yeah, but they're all tiny. I mean, you have to be
They're
kind
all
of tiny to
tiny.
be a jockey. So
That
I
was
don't know,
a-
maybe
It
you
is
took it
just
from the psychic and
a
just
thought.
kind of switched it. But I don't know. I'd still be
Oh.
very curious, because that I've never been able to let this jockey guy,
I know
girl,
you
whatever it
haven't.
is now, go.
You
It just-
just
Yeah.
left.
everywhere I go, I'm like, does anybody know who the jockey is?
She does. She does. I asked Tiff, I saw you yesterday saying that. I go, Tiff, Teresa wants to know about this jockey. Did you ever get a handle on it? And she was like, it was like, Teresa needs to know.
I can't let it go.
But see, I don't think Candace says jockey on Heavy D.
She
just
doesn't.
says
She
short.
just talks about
That
how
was
small
Kurt.
he is.
Kurt says jockey. So
Yeah, and I know who the jockey is roughly.
who?
Okay.
Okay, so a lady going by the handle Avila Doom called in one time to, I think it was Tyler Feller, and she said she met the jockey and he was at the hunting club. And he is an actual horse jockey, and all he does is talk about horses.
Huh. Okay.
Do we know
And
who
she
Kind of
said
like
it
a
was-
car guy, but with horses.
Yeah, and that's all he was doing, and she got bored listening to the horses, so she walked away from the conversation.
Is
That'd be
this
me too.
jockey from
I was
Montello?
just
Like,
gonna ask that. Is
I
he
don't
from
think so.
Monroe?
I think he's from Pilot Valley.
How close is that? Is that pretty
It's
close?
I'm
right
not
over.
positive, but I just wanted to tell you that Avila Doom knows who the jockey is. I'm not sure what his name is. Somebody put the name Albert in chat, but I don't know if that's actually the guy's name or not. But I'm not sure if he's that involved in this or what's going on.
Right.
But
No, because I think it just came from Kurt's psychic, the jockey part. So yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if that
and
came
if-
from a psychic.
And if Candace said that early on, it might not be important now, you know? If it was all the way in the beginning of Heavy D's video, it might not be something
But
that's
we don't
like,
know if Candace was talking about a jockey or just a short person, really, though. Because she didn't say
Jeez.
jockey. She just says she knows somebody that's short, about an inch taller than her with her build.
And she thinks that person knows what happened.
And that person knows Don and Jim. Yeah. So
what was the chick's name again, Black Dove?
Avila Doom or something.
Avila Doom.
Doom, like as in doom and gloom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Aviladoom. That was the name she goes by on YouTube. I don't know her real name.
Okay,
I'll be right
thank you.
back, Bella. Go ahead and
Okay.
run the show here. I'll be back in a minute.
Kathy Cat, I blocked you. I'm so glad you're back. thank you for coming back. And she says, jockeys don't own horses, they ride other people's horses.
Well,
Yes.
it's true.
No.
But who's out there riding all these horses is what my point was. Like,
In the
who's got all
desert.
these horses that you would know this person.
Yeah, you would know this short dude. Well, I guess he hangs out at the Hunters Club, and maybe, possibly, his name is Albert, but who knows? Might be, might not be. But
I'm not going to let it go yet. Albert doesn't settle it for me.
I get that.
All right, well, I
And
gotta hop back
Teresa
down, but
has-
that was the jockey. So
Thanks
you,
for
Black Dove.
coming.
no
Bye
problem.
again, Black Dove.
Okay, so you got sort of an answer, Teresa.
Kind of. I'm headed in a better direction than I was yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Albert
Well, what do you guys think about the fact that Kurt says that the psychic told him that Dylan was at Robert Avilas's house or mother's house, but that was now come to find out it was actually Tuesday before there was any psychics involved.
The psychic told Kurt that on Tuesday. But see, here's the thing. Is he talking about his ex told him that? Because
I
you know that
Psychic.
his ex, yeah, she's a psychic.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I heard that
Okay.
later. Yeah, I don't know. But then there was also the commentary that they didn't know any psychics, that wasn't something they were used to. And I'm thinking if he was married to the woman, he probably would have been used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. I haven't heard them actually. I missed whatever live that was on where they said they weren't used to it. But I thought that from my impressions, I thought he's just like, really used to psychics. Because first it came out, if that story, remember the whole story about Chase is being kept, and then Candace, they checked someone's, their house, and it was like the sheriff was there, and then later come to find out that it was through a psychic. That was his ex that told him that info.
And
like Candace
mom?
was, yes. She's in chat sometimes.
Huh. I don't know what I have to say to that. I think you made me speechless.
I rendered you speechless. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, so it's like most cases, right, that we deal with where like we're piecing stuff together, but LE and the FBI have stuff that they haven't released. And I think a lot of this, what Candace does is like saying things and then saying the opposite, is because Ellie has told her, don't put that info out there. So I think in a way, not to be nefarious, I don't think she's trying to be nefarious. I just think that she's trying to protect the investigation, and
well, my whole thing with that is, then why wouldn't she just say, well, I can't talk about that. I can't get, release anything that has to do with the investigation. Because that's what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't kind of sway away from it. I would just not really answer those questions, and I wouldn't really care if it started drama or not. I'm not going to get, I'm not going to backpedal.
Yeah, I would probably say that too. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about that right now. Instead of lying and saying the opposite, I wondered that about the Glock pistol, and I've wondered that about the key fob, because that seems to be two things that go back and forth a lot. The stories change. Absolutely. And I understand that there's two of each. There's two guns, there's two key fobs, but I don't know. There's something off with that story too. Right. And it makes everyone really confused. And then that's why there's also suspicion around Candace, because of these stories that are supposed, think about a key fob and a gun. They're really big pieces. His key was gone. His key fob was gone. And this gun was gone. And then to go back and forth with the finding of those things, it just is, it's bizarre. So I don't know what the reason is. I just have to tell myself I don't know. I just tell myself I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any answers. I have nothing for anybody. I'm confused as well. Those are the things that when people are talking, when there are Candace interviews and stuff like that, those are the key things in my mind that I look for her to answer, or what she has to say about it, to get more clarification. I wish that Justin would talk. Not that I mind that Candace talks, but I wish that Justin would talk. I just think there'd be a little bit more clarity and straightforward. This is what's happening.
Have you ever tried to get a hold of Justin?
No, I haven't. You know, I haven't really. No, I haven't contacted anybody in Dylan's case. I don't know.
I mean, they're being told, the parents are being told, you know, to knock it off with YouTube. But of course, like they'll go on Judy Ron, like official people who were, I think their thinking is if you were an officer, it's, you know, different. But yeah, Justin hasn't, and he is kind of might have some more things to shed. I'd like to ask him about what he thought about Kurt, you know, like because he was upset a little bit at Kurt in the beginning. So
Did you hear that? Did you hear Jim Terry say yesterday that he's going to release his conversations with Justin?
He does that a lot, where like he'll be like, coming soon to a theater near you on 8 p.m. tonight, big show. So it's like, yeah, I get it. I just, you know, T, about releasing shit. It's just like, jeez, come on.
Yeah, there's an entertainment value to
reading
that.
private. Yeah, there sure is. People love to see that stuff.
I mean, I'll screenshot it. I'm not gonna lie. So
I'm gonna take some screenshots and save that to my SD
I know.
card.
I'm like, yeah. So you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna
handy
do it
in the future.
So. All right. Well, I thank you guys. I just didn't want to I didn't want to try to explain the thing when she was saying exactly what I was talking about. I just want more information on this short little dude, man.
Okay, but wait. But while we have you here, Teresa, tell me your opinion on this case. Like, what do you think right now has happened to Dylan?
I don't believe he's with us anymore. I don't think that he's out there somewhere. Of course, I want to hold on to that hope, but I don't think so. The boots are very weird to me. I think that's just kind of a setup. They're put on the other side of the little mound of dirt where Jim wouldn't be able to see that they were there to move them or call anybody about them if he's not out walking around. I think they were put there on purpose. My opinion, and this is obviously it can evolve. My opinion is that he found something was going on with some characters that were around there and wanted to report it. And they were like, nope, can't have that. And he had to go.
That's a good analogy. That's a good one.
Teresa, AKA Black Dove. I'm not Black Dove. I'm sorry. He knows way more details than I do. He can tell you dates of stuff, all kinds of crazy stuff. I can't do that.
Teresa's been around for a long time, you guys. She's been involved in a lot of true crime for a long time, and even on Facebook, so she knows her stuff. We adore Teresa.
Well, thank you. I adore you guys too. I love this channel.
So wait, don't leave yet, Teresa. I missed. What did you say you thought happened? I missed that part because my earphone fell out.
I don't know who's responsible, but my thought is that I think Dylan stumbled upon something that was happening in this area that he wasn't supposed to know about. And I think that he threatened to turn everybody in, and they got rid of him and framed Jim Brenner by throwing the boots and stuff out there, because all these wacky theories, like he took the boots off the fight. Like, I don't know any guy that does.
Yeah, that's weird. You'd put the boots on, wouldn't you?
With his boots, like it's not, you know. And they say like he's not like a timid young man. Like he's got some attitude, so he's not going to just put up with it. And he probably would be like, "Nah, man, I'm turning you guys into the police." And not to say that I think that Kurt is involved, and I also don't think that he's not involved. I'm not sure yet. But he said that. He said Dylan would say, like, you know, like when he was playing the scenarios, he said, Dylan said, I'm going to call the cops. And I was like, why? Like, he's saying it like he heard Dylan say it. It was a very weird way that he said that. And I think it was on one of Salty's interviews that I don't even know if it exists anymore. But it was a weird way he had said, like, what Dylan was saying during this time. You know what I'm talking about, Zav, right?
Yeah.
So,
I know exactly.
Yeah. So I was like, you know, that's really first person conversation. Like, did he stumble onto some illegal activity and they had to say he's got to go? And then Jim's this pain in the ass guy that nobody wants around. Like, let's just get rid of him.
But do you think, okay, so Jim lives so close. Do you think Jim saw something? If your theory is correct.
I don't know. Jim could be involved. He could be part of it, and then he didn't know he was being, he was a patsy. Jim could not have known anything, and they put the boots on the other side so that he didn't notice that they were there. The boots not being wet after being out there in the rain, Candace says the boots were completely normal. There was nothing wrong with them. They weren't muddy. They weren't dirty. They weren't wet.
Yeah, that's
How is
strange
that
to me,
possible
too.
if they had been sitting out there since Saturday afternoon?
Thank you. Me and Awaken Art were talking about that actually the other night. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either.
So did somebody put them out there like Monday morning before the
Yeah,
family
like
came?
after.
Yeah, like as a
Could be.
distraction.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Jim's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to leave this dude's boots here. Like, he's obviously got some criminal history. It would,
Yeah.
and obviously all criminals make mistakes. That's how they get caught. But that's a pretty big one to me. That their boots are just hiding behind a mound of dirt for almost 48 hours.
And if he did such a good job if he hid Dylan, but yet he just leaves the boots right there. Like, yeah, it makes no sense.
And then he just takes off and goes to hang out with Dawn.
Yeah.
Or is Dawn involved then? Like, where's Dawn at in the whole thing?
Something's not right. I don't know.
There's something not right, and I don't think there's a lot of honesty. So I think that there could be a group of people. Could it be as simple as Jim or Dylan went over there to the grain shed or to the workshop, whatever they want to call it, and Jim got pissed off because he wasn't going to give him any more work because he didn't think he had good work ethic. They got in the fight and he does something. But then if he leaves him there, this was my thought, because that's what people are saying. So he takes off and he goes over to Dawn's house. There's this time discrepancy of whether he got there at 2 or got there at 3. And Taylina says a good point that there's the time zone changes right there. So could one say 2? Could one say 3? Maybe. Then you have, so he drives over there and he leaves Dylan at his house. So now Dylan's deceased at his home, but all the dogs that are out there during the actual searches don't pick up on. Sorry, dogs are gonna bark.
Speaking of dogs, her dogs are like, yeah, the dogs didn't pick up on it.
Yeah.
Is that what triggered your dogs to bark? Did they hear?
No, my husband walked in, so they were like, "Somebody's coming. We need to bark."
Okay.
So he leaves it there, but none of the dogs notice that or pick up on any scent. They don't pick up on, the cadaver dogs don't pick up anything. The live search dogs don't pick up anything. That doesn't make sense to me. So he didn't just take off and be like, okay, who's going to come and who? And where's all his friends? That was what I asked Taylina yesterday. Where is all of his friends? Who's Jim's friends that are going to come and help him dispose of a body? Chase and Robert?
Yeah, and then I didn't realize that Chase and Jim aren't friends, though, from what Black Dove. I was thinking that they all kind of ran around together, but he made it seem like no. They
weren't friends. Supposedly, when Chase was beat up, the original rumors that it was either by Kurt or by Jim.
Right. True that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't hear it by Jim. That was one of them. Okay.
That was one of the rumors. There was nothing substantial behind it. It was just, talked about on the YouTube streets. So, because nobody knew what happened to him. And if he was roaming around out there, then who else is out there but Jim, right? Jim's the one that's out there. So then either Dylan beat him up, which doesn't make sense that he got in the truck with Dylan, or Jim beat him up. Or did somebody else beat him up? But now he's saying that his dad said that his truck broke down. So where's his truck at? Is that why Robert and him went back there Saturday morning, was to get the truck? And if they were there Saturday morning, how would it have been Chase's vehicle on Saturday afternoon being one of those 3 vehicles that was leaving if they went in the morning?
But wait, where did Chase's vehicle supposedly break down?
Somewhere close. So don't quote me on this. I wish Black Dove was actually back here because he does know all these numbers. But supposedly Dylan picked him up, right? And his phone was dead. His truck had broke down. Chase said that he charged his phone. Dylan let him charge his phone. Chase's dad says he called him first from Dylan's phone because his phone was dead. Then after he got out of the car, because he couldn't take him all the way to wherever he needed to go because his dad didn't live close, he drops him off, and then Chase is walking and his dad picks him up around mile marker 53.
Man.
And then at some point they go back. Or is that
I
your
wonder.
theory? They
I
go
don't know
back
that.
for the
I'm
car.
thinking like, do they go
Yeah.
back? There's the reason that there's a, because Robert says that, or Chase got in the car with Robert and asked Robert for a ride back to, by Dylan's. Is that to pick up his truck that had broken down? Is that truck still there?
Yeah.
Is that one of
good.
the truck? Is that, I don't know what kind of truck he drives. So is that the truck that was one of the 3 vehicles that was leaving around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or did they leave in the
Huh.
morning?
I never even thought about that. Yeah, did they go back for the truck? That's wow. Okay, so yeah, maybe that is why. But why would they need 3? So if they said that they thought it was Chase on a 4-wheeler. Well, I guess, huh?
Didn't Ty Corbin take?
Oh,
Was it?
That's what you were at. Yeah, I don't
Was it
know.
Robert to Dylan's farm on Saturday? Was that to pick up his car? Was it on like Dylan's outskirts of Dylan's property?
Ty took Robert.
Either Robert or Chase. Somebody
Okay, so
correct me.
I thought it was Robert and Chase that went. Am I wrong on that then?
Well, I was told Ty Corbin, because that was the question. Is like Ty said, I don't know Dylan in this. He lives in this town of 250 people. He knows everybody, but he doesn't know Dylan. But then the day before Dylan comes up officially missing, he was taking, and I don't know if it's Chase or if it's Robert, to the property to pick up what? Why is he at the property? That was a question that I wanted to ask Ty. Why were you on Dylan's property? Who did you take to Dylan's property?
I'll be really honest. I don't listen to all the stuff that Ty says, so that very well could be possible. I don't know.
Well, this
Lulu
wasn't
in
from.
chat says that the time change from Utah to Nevada is an hour behind, not ahead. Okay, so but one says 2, one says 3, so it would still be an hour difference. Did Don say 2 and Jim said 3? Is that why you're saying it's an hour behind, not ahead?
Who said it? I'll look for it. I'll look
Lulu
for
Gomez, who also believes that we're spreading misinformation. So I'm not trying to. I want to get the correct information.
I'm gonna try to find. I saw her say that. Okay, you're all spreading misinformation. Lulu, the whole time that we're talking, okay, criminality change the time. Okay, here. Time change from Utah to Nevada is an hour behind, not ahead. I don't know. Teresa, did you say times? I
did. We were talking about that. Taylina had said that, because, and I don't remember which one says what. Either Jim says 3 o'clock and Don says 2 o'clock for when Jim got to his house, or it's vice versa. Jim says 2 and Don says 3. I don't remember which one said what. I just remember it was 2 and 3. Taylina was saying that the time change right there could make it so they don't actually know which, whether it was 2 or 3. So I'm assuming because he was driving, I'm assuming that what this Lulu person is saying is that it would have been the opposite times from what they said, if I'm reading that correct.
But I think all you're saying is the hour difference. So it's still
right.
I mean, you're still explaining it right. I feel like I mean, it still could have been the issue. Still, in my opinion,
And
Linda
Will
says that Jim said 1, Don said 3. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Linda.
But like, how is that Taylina that explained it? Like, let's say they estimated like one it said like 145, so they kind of like estimated, so it would kind of make sense. How did she word it? She explained that, and it made sense how she explained how it could be like 1 or 3. Let me think how she said that. Do you remember what I'm talking about? I'm pretty sure it was last night that she was explaining. That
when you're driving, it changes.
So about it being like 1 to 3 though, instead of.
I don't know about that. I always heard 2 and 3. So, but see, everybody's like, "Where's Black Dove?" Because he's always really good with the numbers.
True.
He does. He just remembers the numbers. It's amazing. I love that brain. You guys need to know facts before talking about stuff. You're confusing facts. Taylina at least added clarification on this crap. OMG. Joseph.
What facts, Joseph?
We're just saying there's an hour difference, guys. I mean, we're not
Right,
we're
that
trying
is
to figure
kind of
it
a fact.
out. We're not saying this is a fact. We're saying that there is an hour time difference, and we're trying to figure it out. Like, we're allowed to do that. Like,
We're
Also,
supposed to figure
please
out
don't be
everything
rude in
before we
chat.
ever come on here and talk about anything.
People.
Look at Joseph's mad face. Joseph, stop pouting.
So what? Okay, so Jim says it was what I heard was that Jim said he got over there around I think 1, and then Don said he didn't get there till 3. That's what I heard. But it's all kind of hearsay anyway, guys. So there is no really fact. It's all hearsay. So maybe one person we heard it this way, we heard it that way. So just quit it.
Yeah, we don't
guys,
have
with
any of
We're
that.
just
None of
having a
this is fact.
discussion right now.
Yeah.
Like literally, like that whole conversation about the times. None of that is fact. None of those people have come forward and said a word.
Yeah, it's just all hearsay anyway. So just hush, people.
We're
And I
messing up
think-
the hearsay. We're messing up the hearsay.
Yeah.
And we were saying like what we were asking Teresa what her opinion is on what happened. So it's just going to be, coming from an opinion. And this isn't, no one's up here. I'm
not solving the case for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to listen to all the interviews to try to even think of solving a case, much less I'm not there. And I don't know any of these people. So this is literally all just opinion from the things that I have heard. If you guys have different information, that's why I talk to people, because I like different information.
Yeah, it's good to get as much info as you can. But you know what, Teresa? There's seriously some people I can't listen to.
I know, I agree.
I can't.
Snooks, hey Snooks.
Snooks!
Hey, Snooks.
Can you hear us? We all get excited.
Hey.
Right?
Hey,
There it
what's
is.
up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Okay, the only thing I wanted to say was if there's a time variation, which I believe there is. Okay, so 1:45, if she's like on Snook's time, it's like I'm pretty fluid on it, right? It's like 1:45. That's pretty close
Time's
to
the
2. And then
concept.
if you got the time difference, then that would totally make it 3 if there's a time element. The thing that I wanted to say was, so did Grandma get called when she said she got called at 6:51? Was that Dylan's time or her time?
Oh yeah. What?
Well, I think that would be from his phone information, correct? I think that's what they're getting.
I don't know. Grandma said that she called him at 6:51.
So they're getting it from her, or are they getting it from his phone? That's a good. I don't know for sure.
Right.
It depends when she said it. If they had his phone and had analyzed it by then, if she said it in the beginning, it was probably from her time. But
it was before they had his phone. I mean, if they got his phone, because it was at the very, very, very beginning whenever they released everything and said the last time that Grandma talked to him, he called, she got the call at 6:51. So is that her time? Because that would make it, wouldn't that be 7:51 his time?
It would, but here's the thing. If LE is the one that said that, instead of Grandma saying, LE's relaying the message, then it can be Dylan's time. The 6.
It could be. I just know it was Candace saying she was stating what the grandma said. So, but it could have been because I don't think she talked to Grandma as much as she acts like she does. I don't think that they're that talkative, possibly. So it could have been relayed through the police. You know what I mean? But anyway, it was just an idea because that would change a little bit of the timeline. And since it hasn't really been addressed on that time element on the 2 to 3 issue, that could be a little bit of a gray area. And that may be something that the LE is holding. It's like a little bit of a time gray area that, you know what I'm saying?
People in chat are saying that Utah and Idaho have the same time, and that's true because I lived in Idaho and Utah, and it was the same time.
Oh, it's Utah and Nevada that are
mountain
different.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Utah and Nevada that are different. So if Grandma lived in Idaho, then it would be the same time, at least from my experience, as it was in Utah. So
Oh, okay. So,
Thank you.
but it doesn't change someplace in that state. There's not a.
it wouldn't be until maybe very, very southern Utah. I mean, I don't know for sure along the lines of that, but I only live like 2 hours away from Luthen. So, I mean, that's just what I'm assuming.
I know.
Barry
Didn't
Dixon says that Utah and Idaho are the same time.
Grandma and them were 5 or 6 hours away, I thought. So I don't know. That's all I know. I maybe I just got it. I thought for some reason there was a time change there. Okay. Well, that's good to
It's
know.
both on mountain time.
That's the only thing that I had a question about. And the other thing is, those boots were absolutely staged. They said that he had gotten into some ruts when he was trying to back that grain truck up. If he would have had those boots on, there would have been mud caked around them. If he had worn those boots and done that.
Huh.
So he did not, and they found his mud boots in his trailer. So it wasn't like he had there's no way he had those boots on because it makes like a cement. And I mean, I live out in the country. I live in a red dirt area, but you don't want to get them wet and stuff. It goes into the seams, it ruins them. So you would put on your mud boots. Or you would wash them off. Well, they would be wet. And if it was raining, it was already raining a little bit. And they said that he had made ruts because it had already gotten damp at where he was backing it up into. And so, and they said they could tell he had had problems backing it up, which it makes me wonder if somebody else backed it up in there. But so it makes me kind of wonder. I don't think he was in those boots in that area. I think that something happened to him before he got in that mud because his boots did not show. That mud would have been caked on there. It doesn't come off. You heard them say they had to use a pressure washer to get it off. And they were not set up perfectly. Somebody said they were perfectly set up. I thought that they said they were like 60 feet apart, right? Or was it 6 feet apart? Maybe
one time we heard it was 60, and then people in chat were like, half of the people were like, no, that was not. It was enough to take a picture. You could take a picture. You saw both of the boots, and so it was confusing. It's another one of those confusing things.
It was that guy that does the helicopter thing that was
Heavy
talking.
D.
And he had it marked. He had it marked exactly where each one was at.
Oh,
and
you're right.
Yes, he had it marked, and they were not set up beside each other, and they were not sitting straight up. They were laid over on their sides. He had a little drawing of it. So they were tossed back there as like a red herring, I think.
Okay, so I just want to clarify the time zone thing real quick. So Idaho and Utah are the same time zone.
Okay, so it was
Nevada is the one that's different.
Okay, and Nevada. Okay, man, that's also confusing because it's all so close together. It is confusing. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that. I thought that the time zone. I just wanted to mention.
No, it was a good thought. It was
a
a good thought. Yeah,
Hey,
thank you for.
You're welcome. Thank you for thinking it was a good thought. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm going to go back. But yes, those boots were definitely. If it was not caked on there, because you have to get like a steel brush almost and get that stuff off of them, and guys don't like to have to do that. He would have put on his mud boots if he was going to go down there. I just don't think he ever made it down there. I think that either before he got in that gate, something happened, and then whoever was letting him in that gate had to back that thing up because he had problems backing it up. Candace said there was a problem. It looked like he was having a problem getting it backed in, which does not sound like Dylan because he's real OCD. And so something happened to him before he ever got down there, I think. And that would have been, he wouldn't have gotten in the mud down there. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have gotten in that mud that was down there in that shed, not the shed, the grain cover.
I mean, so wait, what if he did? Oh, because he backed it, and I'm thinking, what if he did make it into the shed, but he wouldn't have had to walk in the mud yet? Maybe.
No, he would. There was mud. There was mud down there where he got into some ruts, is what Candace was saying. It looked like he had problems backing it in, in one of her interviews, she said that. And I was like, so it was muddy. So I thought, then whenever they said they found the boots and they didn't have mud on them, I thought, okay, that's not possible unless he had on his mud boots. But then Candace said they found the mud boots, or they call them muck boots, I guess, in his trailer. Unless he had
Maybe
another
he didn't
pair
get out
of
of
them.
the car when he backed in. He didn't even have to get out of the truck into the mud, and then maybe something happened when he got out of the car, like in the shed.
I think it would have been.
Or no?
I think it would have been muddy inside of that thing. I think that there would have been some mud on it.
Okay.
And another thing is, it rained really hard after that. So that dirt, it was at the bottom of a dirt pile. The mud would have ran down. The dirt would have ran down on those boots from that dirt pile.
That's very true.
Because if you remember, they said anytime there's a pile of dirt, when it rains, it just makes a sheet of dirt and mud, like a silt, not silt, but like almost like a cement that hardens, that comes down off of it. Okay, so if it rained, that would have made sense. It would have done that. Those boots were right at the base of it. They would have been covered with some mud from that rain if it had really rained that hard. And she said they were not wet. And leather, if it rained, and it supposedly rained hard at times, though, that leather would have held water. They wouldn't have just dried immediately.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Wouldn't they have been wet still? Like
they were dry.
That's so odd.
So weird.
Yeah, so I really think that it was an afterthought of somebody. I think somebody was either setting him up, or he was involved in it, and then they kind of tossed him back there because it would point more toward him. He, for some reason, is afraid to tell the other people's names, and I think they're just holding him in there and just, playing what do you call uncle with him, like trying to make him talk. I believe that they think other people are involved.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I hope that all the phone pings come back from all of these people, and they could map out where everybody was at different times, and it's as good as having cameras.
Well, Dylan should have had a call to Jim because he needed him to open that gate up.
Yeah, she said there was no call. She said in the one interview that the grandma was the last phone call. That's what she said. She said the ping was from like a running app behind, in the background. But she said the grandma phone call was the last phone call. And remember, we heard about that voicemail that Kurt said. So she's saying that's not true. He never made a call after that.
So you see what I mean? That should have, if he had to call to get that, if he had to get that key, he would have had to have called from his phone to get a hold of Jim. That call wasn't made. So
see, that's weird.
I just wonder if he ever even made it, how far he made it that
maybe
direction.
Jim was waiting for him at the gate. And then,
well, he would have called Jim to meet him at the gate to open it.
Yeah,
because it's not, Jim isn't right beside the gate. I mean, he's on down. He would have at least called him and made sure he was there so he would have the gate open because it was raining and he didn't want his grain to get wet.
Thanks, Ann. I didn't realize that. Kurt said
I didn't either.
The voicemail was a few days earlier.
Where did he say that, Ann? If you could just tell us, because that changes a lot.
What was that voicemail again?
Kurt said he misspoke. The voicemail was a few days earlier.
There was a voicemail that was left, and then Ellie, was it to Dawn? I forget who it was.
No, to that Joe, the landowner, they said.
Okay. And then what happened is when law enforcement, Joe went to law enforcement, like, oh my God, I have this message. And it was like a long message. And he gave it over to law enforcement. Then when Joe went to go listen to it on his end, he said he could not access it. Could not access anything about it. So, and
wait, can I correct myself? I don't remember. It might be Jim, Joe, or Jim. It's just like JC. I think is the initials. I don't want to be spreading misinformation, but it's JC. I think is the initials. And why am I thinking this either Joe or Jim? When I said Joe, I'm like, wait, was his name Jim? Does anybody know?
No, it was Joe Checchio.
Oh, thank you. It was Joe. Okay, I'm all nervous now about. Okay, I don't want to screw up anything. Okay. Joe Checchio, yeah. Go ahead though.
Mhm.
Sorry, Bella. I just wanted
No,
her to
it's
make
fine.
sure.
No, I just want, no, it's good because we don't want to say something, even if you correct it. Sometimes someone will just remember the uncorrected thing. So it's good. But yeah, Anne answered somewhere. Hold on. Okay, I can't remember if he said it or Taylina. Okay, Tay said it. Okay, thank you guys.
There's a few of like Kurt's interviews that got deleted. And so I've heard like the snippets that people had screen recorded, but I never actually got to like listen to the interviews in like their full entirety.
Oh
Okay.
shoot, of Kurt, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna go back through and see, what I missed. But if there is some that were deleted, okay.
I think that maybe I don't know if Salty's put them back up or not, but they were on Salty's channel towards the beginning. There was one that was like 4 hours long, and I've only heard snippets of it.
I got that one because that's the one that I did like the 3 parts where I try to pick out important parts. That was the 4-hour one, so I have that one downloaded. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is there another one though?
I've heard parts of it on your show.
Okay. Probably.
Bye, guys. I'm going to let you go. I'm floating in my pool, and it's getting a little windy. Okay.
I'm jealous.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
I don't know why this
Teresa, please, if you guys get a chance, will you drop her link? I don't know if you already did or not.
We did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
This SoCal person is like adamant that I am Black Dove. I am not Black Dove. I'll turn my camera on for you.
You guys were here at the same time, weren't you? Yeah.
We were here at the same time. Like I've been on camera. I couldn't even tell you how many times. So
your
I'm not
voice is
Black Dove has a memory with this case that I absolutely do not have, even though I can remember a lot of details. It still doesn't compare. So sorry, SoCal, to disappoint. I'm not him.
That's so weird that they think that. Wait, where? Oh my god.
As Cal, maybe they're just trying to be funny because your voice is so different from
I do have a deeper voice. I've always had a deep voice, so I get that, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not Black Dove. He was up here at the same time answering one of my questions.
I know.
I mean, I don't think we're that weird. Let's all ego and go on the same panel and like see what happens.
Yeah. If you're in here, come on. Let's prove it wrong.
They're trolling. Yes, let's just go with it is Black Dove. It is.
Looks like so nice try. Oh my god, I'm not Black Dove.
It is. No, Teresa, give it up. You're Black Dove. Okay, moving on.
Here's the thing. You know what? I'll take it as a compliment because I think Black Dove is amazing. So I'm okay, fine. But I don't know all those details. So if you ask me those questions, you're not going to get an answer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's too funny.
I'm bad with time. I can remember a lot of details, but I'm bad with time.
That's how I feel about the Watts case, or I used to. I tried to push all that out of my memory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's whew.
Yeah, shake that off. That's some cement.
So many hours of my life are gone. Well, no, I'm in a lot of people and like the community and stuff. But yeah, I spent like I'm sure a lot of us have spent so much time going over the Watts case, and now this case. And the Vallow case was another big one that I really spent a lot of time on.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that
you
one's
did.
coming up. That trial's coming in January. I'm so excited.
I know. They have a hearing? They're going to have their first hearing together soon.
When? I don't even know.
I haven't made I'd have to look it back up. But yeah, they're transporting her, and they're going to actually be in court at the same time. First time since before he's been arrested.
Ooh, the loin fire.
I want to see how they look at each other.
I know.
I do
me
too.
too. Do you think they will look at it? Yeah, they're going to be so
I kind of feel like that'll like wink or something weird.
Wait, say that again?
They'll try to communicate like the Crumblies did.
Oh yeah, and they kept getting in trouble. Yeah, the Crumblies.
Yeah, I feel like
I think that Chad will rub his nether regions and sit and she'll do like a fire thing with her finger, so it'll be a loin fire.
Oh my god! Wow.
You think she'll have like the Dorito lipstick?
Oh, maybe. Oh my god.
You know, when you watch now, Zav, you're gonna think like, does she have Doritos on her lips?
I know, I will. Oh, thanks, Jen. Thank you. Are you a
Jen,
surfer?
you're so sweet.
Is that you with your surfboard?
Thank you, Jen.
Jen, did you have a different name, Jen? I feel like what did you have a different name, Jen?
Why
I
did
can't
you?
remember.
Is somebody else had a surfboard? Is that why, Bella? Or okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh, I never
August
noticed.
16th,
Thank
the chat's saying.
you.
August 16th, they're supposed to be back in court together.
August 16th. Oh, that's soon. Okay, cool. I'm gonna
Yeah,
write
it's like,
that down. August.
like Tuesday, next
That's
Tuesday, a little over a week.
Oh, okay.
that's Marilyn Monroe's birthday. Why are they doing it on her birthday?
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm sure. I'm sure it's not planned, but that is interesting. But we're like, okay, let's see. What is chat saying now, guys? Oh, we're talking about the Vallow Daybell case, unsolved cases.
Yeah, the Idaho.
Ange says,
Missing
"Gee, Bella,
kid.
don't mention Chad's loins I'm eating."
Well, it's better than his lips. Like his profile with those lips every time he's just sitting there with the same look on his face.
Like
My
a
gosh.
turtle.
So Jen says she was JK.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for this
Wow.
Oh,
super
that's a good
chat.
catch. Look at
I
that.
know. You always tell them like I'm good with the pictures. No, look at that. I would never. I don't remember anybody
He's like,
with
I
the
know her.
surfboard.
I know that lady.
Yeah. So is that you though, Jen? Are you a surfer?
We'll wait. Yes.
I'm
you
gonna hop
guys.
down, but thank you guys. Thank you, Zab, Bella. You guys,
Thank
I
you.
adore you guys.
Thank-
So I'll just be back in chat. But thank you for
Okay,
letting me come up
cool.
and
Thank you.
chat.
And if you want to
Thank
hop
you.
back up sometime, if you have more to say, just hop
maybe
back
next time
on.
Black Dove comes up, I'll come up.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can really throw a
Thank
wrench
you.
in the chat.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
All right, bye,
to
ladies.
prove it. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Delana, you're right. I think the 16th was her day of death. I always get them mixed
okay.
up. Gosh darn it, they're doing it on her day of death.
Oh, lordy, lordy. This has been a good live so far, guys. I used to
Yeah,
be in.
great.
I'm in Utah now. No, oh, I bet you miss it then, huh? I love watching surfing. I remember when I was in Hawaii and we went out to this area where there was all the surfers were and we just watched and it was just so entertaining to watch. Like I'm like in awe just watching. I'm like, wow, it's so cool.
I've never done it before.
Well,
I've
the
never
US
done it.
Open, you guys, is coming up in Huntington Beach, which is Surf City, USA. And we go there and take pictures of the surfers because it's really good for photography. Because it's like action, like for action sports photography. And there's some like very beautiful people.
Hey, ho, brains. And I don't think I said hi, but yeah, I agree. they were all they're really, really nice, like beautiful people, I should say. Just like, oh wow, so nice, fun to watch. Like it's like not only cool to watch them surf, but nice looking people and
Yeah.
Delana,
beautiful
I don't know
bodies
why.
usually.
Oh my gosh. There was like this Argentinian man out there. I want to say like 2 years. No, I think 2 years ago it got canceled. I don't know. Let's say 3 years ago. And oh my God, you go on the Huntington Beach pier. And so they're like right underneath you. But yeah, you got to come out when it's the US Open.
Ooh.
Look, even criminality is like, that's right by me. Let's go, Teresa.
So that leads into this question. Where are you all from? So me and Ashley are both from Ohio. And then Bella is from California.
Me and Teresa are from Southern California.
Criminality, Teresa, yep.
Yeah.
So wow, that's cool. Like we had 2 and 2.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
One super chat for each of you gorgeous, talented girls.
You're so sweet, Jen.
Oh what? Thank you.
You're so
I'll have to
sweet.
share. So I'll have to calculate like what what we make after what it makes after YouTube. Or what did I figure out? Oh yeah, let me correct this, guys. After we had that conversation about like percentages and memberships, remember, I think it was Island Girl. She was right. Okay, so I looked it up. At least this is what Google says. And it's hard. I know I could just figure it out like on my analytics, but it's just complicated because there's so much stuff going on there to break it down. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't know. So I Googled it, and what you get is it says that YouTube takes 45% of ad revenue and 30% of super chats and membership fees. So that's what it is. It is 30% they take, and then they get 45% of the ad revenue. I just wanted to correct myself because I did. When somebody said 30%, I said there's no way it's that low. So I was wrong on the super chats and memberships. So in case you guys were wondering, maybe nobody cares. But I don't know.
Now we know. Now we know. Delana, thank you for correcting me. I've been going around for the last however many years thinking it's August 16th. So her death date was August 5th. So Idaho's free to do whatever they want on the 16th. I also forgot that
There we
Delana
go.
was really into
You
it.
just watched that movie too. Maybe did they mention the date on that?
Anna Brown, I love you, Anna Brown. That's why, because I'm like, why is this stuck? Why is the 16th freaking stuck in my head so hard?
Because we both just watched that. Why we watched it separately.
Yeah.
I went and saw it, the new Elvis movie, and then Bella saw it after me. But yeah,
so like a week after you.
It probably is something in there they said, and it's stuck in your head.
I don't know what it was. Something about these people.
That's crazy. Yeah. Be a way to pay. Oh, you can PayPal. That's a separate link. So super chats, they take 30. Like I said, memberships, they take 30. But like you could do PayPals, and that's just directly if you do it. Here, put a link, and then you can go to the link in it directly. So that's something separate.
Bammy's good with Nightbot. Bammy's been dropping my link doing Nightbot. Bammy, do like exclamation point PayPal, and you'll get it if you want it.
You're in Oklahoma, Snooks. I was going to ask you when you were up here saying you were in the pool, but I'm like, well, I don't know if some people don't like to say where they're from. I don't want to put you on the spot, but okay, Oklahoma.
Yay. Hope Brains did it. Whoop, whoop.
Nick's Hope Brains. How are you feeling? You feeling any better? Hey, Moonlight View. I surf on. Oh, cool. Oh, you do look like a surfer. I mean, it's like cool. Got that vibe.
Oh my God, you do? Where on the Central Coast? Like by Monterey?
I like that picture. It's cool.
Yeah, I hear there's some good surf spots up. Like,
oh, we got some bots in here, guys. You
see them?
Be careful when you block them, though, because you know how.
Yeah,
I accidentally do somebody else, but just be careful, mods. Okay, but yeah, you could block them. That's definitely a bot. See, these are definitely blocks because that's definitely that's like yeah. Anyway, wait, where were you, Joseph Lloyd? What year did Elvis die in? Does anybody know? I don't even know. How long did let's see. It's hard to read. Okay. Oh, then don't worry about your modding today. Just relax and enjoy. Oh, cool. Cornwall in the UK. Nice.
Okay, people are saying
1977. Okay, I wasn't even born yet.
And then look, San Simeon to Santa Barbara. Girl, do you know where I live for that town, Cambria? I try to vacation there as much as I can. That is where I want to live for the rest of my life. Yes.
Your mom cried. Wait, what does that say, zavgirl? Remember when you had a Nightbot on your live for the first time? It was tying everyone into delete. Yes, I remember. I had to disable all of their filter access or whatever it's called. So does anybody else want to come up and talk about the Dylan case? Let's see. Like, Tylena, liar, you're off. Wait, who? Look at this. Look at this comment. See, somebody started.
Oh, no, I did because Buck has been in and out of our chat since when Jim left. And he always says, or she, whoever it is, always says they're leaving and leaving for good. And they always come back and cuss. So I just wanted to keep it up there so we can you could see if you want to actually fully block him because all he does is come in and cuss. Like it's so weird. So naughty.
Okay, so yeah, huh? So what else do I want to talk about?
See
I'm trying to think
this?
what else I heard on. See what?
Look at what Anna Brown wrote.
That's probably what it is, Bella. Duh, that's why you probably have it in your head.
Maybe I'm supposed to be born on August 16th and something happened. I'm kidding.
But do you see what I'm saying? Well, Elvis and Bella, but I bet you this is probably closer to home in your memory than Elvis. Okay, so Oh, hey, is Mama 4 here? I saw
I don't
somebody say
know.
hi. Oh, there you are. Hey, Mama 4. Mama 4.
Hi, Mama.
Hey,
That's such a
NK. Or
cool
no,
name.
wait. Anywho, right? Wait. Anywho. Yeah, anywho.
It's always gonna happen.
Funny. Okay, so wait, there's a couple other things I wanted to if I could think of that happened on Salties last night that I wanted to bring up, because there were some interesting things that I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about that, but I'm trying to think. Did you watch it, Ashley?
No.
Okay.
You did. It's
So the
7
three
hours,
cars,
Ashley.
that's it's I mean, I definitely didn't watch it all. I watched it after the fact. I didn't even know what was going on until after, and then Bella, you told me, I didn't even realize it was alive. There was a live. I can't ever find his channel. His channel does not come up for me. I don't understand. It's
Wow.
like it disappears, and then I try to type in the name, and it takes me forever each time. So what I would do is I would find a link like in our chat, like if an old link that you sent me, Bella, and I'd have to go through it to find it like that. I don't know. And I think that's why a lot of people will either, though, in the comments, I'll see Salty deleted his channel. Salty deleted his channel. I haven't seen one recently, but I used to see those all the time. Well, here, I don't think he ever deleted it, but I think other people are having trouble finding it like me. Oh, thank you, Joseph Lloyd. You're so sweet. Does anybody else want to come up on panel and let's discuss their thoughts about the Dylan? What you guys think happened? I love hearing other people's opinions on what they think. Yeah.
The link is pinned if you want to get on panel.
What's that?
I said the link is pinned if you want to get on.
Yes. Thank you, Ashley. The link is pinned. So, Ashley, did you say you saw Salt? Oh, you said you didn't see it.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I have no idea what happened, just from what I've heard on here.
Well, I know Bella got on for a little bit. Jim was on and off. Taylina, that's where she, I guess, was the first time from what Black Dove. That's where it all came out with the 3 cars. So that is interesting. So that's going to be a big thing that people are talking about, because if that witness is reliable, which I mean, now it makes sense. They're at the sun tunnels, because that is a thing people go visit. So that does make sense that there could be people out there. They see 3 cars. I wrote it down. What was it? Where did I put it? I wrote it when Black Dove was saying it. A truck towing a camper on Little Pigeon Road, south of the grain shed. Chase driving off. They think it was Chase. They're driving east. So wait, so they were all driving in a different direction when they left? Is that what we're saying here? They weren't like right off following each other, maybe? Because they said drive. Okay, so Chase was driving off in a 4-wheeler east, and then what was he saying? Like dolly wheels? I don't understand what he.
Dually
wheels.
Dualies are they're like the trucks that like have double wheels on the back. The last 2, where like when you're driving like on the freeway and there's one and it takes up the whole width of the freeway lane. You've seen them before.
Yeah, I have. So somebody was driving that. So I have a question. Okay, did you guys hear? And this actually was on Salties too. That one lady that does, I don't even know how she's related to Tyler, but sometimes she does his lives. I think her name's Kim or something. She was saying that somebody contacted her. Now, this is just all hearsay. A lot of this stuff is actually really hearsay. Not facts, guys. Just hearsay. Email. Somebody had told her. This is a lady that sometimes is on Dylan, or no, sometimes is on Tyler's channel. Like I said, I don't know if it's his mom or something. Does anybody know who that lady is? Sometimes she'll like run his channel. But anyway, so she said like a while back, or I don't know how long ago back, somebody emailed Tyler and said that they had a hookup with Dylan, and I think they're from Canada, but they were in town working. I can't remember if he's, I feel like he said he's from Canada, but maybe not. But from somewhere in town working for a couple days. They go to Dylan's trailer after hanging out. They find out that basically they're asking about like, if they're single or whatever. They find out that he finds out Dylan's gay and this guy's bisexual. They end up hooking up. There's a tape of him doing, performing some acts on Dylan. He has a recording. He offers to send it to Tyler. Tyler doesn't want to see it and says, no, I don't want to see it. So supposedly they start talking, and Dylan and him are talking, and they're saying that Dylan's saying that he's in the closet gay, and this guy's saying his religion they kill people for being gay in his religion, whatever religion. They don't, I guess he doesn't say what the religion is. And his parents, what was it? His parents don't know he's gay, or that they caught like maybe some text between, shoot, no, I'm forgetting something where I think they had an idea of, he was talking to Dylan and talking to a guy, or they caught something. And the last text that Dylan got from this guy, it sounded like that it sounded like that maybe it was, wait, how did this go? Hold on. I don't want to misspeak, but it almost sounds like then the thoughts have went through their heads that what if it's the parents that came and took Dylan? And then when we hear about these 3 cars, like this big ordeal, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Rumor, though, it's just some things that they were talking about yesterday. But now I forget something about the text. Dylan had a feeling that it might. No, Dylan was talking about, he hooked up with a guy, and he was talking about a guy that he was talking to from a dating app. That was the person where his parents, that whatever religion he was, and that he told this guy that he hooked up with that the last text he received from him seemed weird, like it wasn't from him, like it just seemed odd. And it was like basically saying, like, my parents are sending me to some conversion camp, to change you from being gay to, and that was the last he heard. So they were like, that's weird. Like, what if like the parents came and took Dylan because this was a guy that turned his son, maybe, that they thought, and this was a religion that they kill people for being gay. So I don't know. You guys have to go back and watch it. I don't want to misspeak. It's just interesting.
But it's so yes, it's hearsay. We want to say that again, and then people are saying that it's Jim Terry who's spreading.
It's Tyler got an email. It actually wasn't Jim Terry. Jim Terry spread it, but it was. He talked about it, but it was actually Tyler that got the email. So take it for what you want. At least that's what they said. They didn't say his name. I don't know, guys. Definitely hearsay, but it's just interesting. Maybe I shouldn't even have talked about it, but I just trying to think of what I heard last night on the live that was being talked about. So yeah, like honor killing or something. So this guy that's from Canada said that Dylan told him the story about this other guy, and I don't know where or I don't know, maybe the other guy was from Canada. I'm not sure. Some guy that did some work for him, hooked up. Dylan told him the story about this other guy that the parents were religion, could kill people, send them to conversion camp. So where was that guy from, guys? Was the guy that had the parents that sent him to conversion camp, was that guy from Canada, or the guy that was doing work for Dylan? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kim did say she vetted him to a degree. She couldn't fully vet him, though, but she did say she vetted him where she found a matching email on Twitter, that it was the matching email or something.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It was a real guy, and that was from like 3 years ago. So it's not somebody that just created an account. So I think it really is the guy who, at least where he's sending his email from, I guess. That's all that means. But still, wait.
BC, so British Columbia.
So okay, but the guy, so the guy that was hooking up with Dylan, that Dylan told the story to, is he the one from British Columbia, or is the other one from British Columbia? That's what I don't know.
I don't either.
No, but the more important one is, what is the guy that got sent to conversion camp? I want to know where he's from, because that, if it was the parents, then we want to know, like, where would they be traveling from? So can you be specific when you're giving me the location?
The Canadian guy has family in Arizona.
But can you tell me, is the Canadian guy the one that got sent to conversion camp? Or is the Canadian guy the one that reached out to Kim? Because that's 2 different people. Oh, so the Canadian, it sounds like they're saying the Canadian guy might be the one that actually reached out.
We don't know.
I don't know, but that's no, it doesn't answer. Can you guys are killing me. I'm not mad because it's just funny. Can you just like say what you're saying no to, though? No, the other one's from Mexico, but which one's the other?
I don't
know. Okay, just tell me, say, guy from conversion camp is from blank. The friend in Utah went to conversion camp, different guy.
Sunset Gazing said something. Hold on.
No, but the story they were telling too, at least they assume that's where he was sending it. Okay, wait. The guy claiming to have a video of Dylan is from... Okay, I want to know where the other guy's from, though. That's what I want to know, because I feel like that's more important, because I feel like that could be his. I mean, if it let's say it's the parents, which I mean that's a far reach, I know, but where's the other guy from? That the guy was talking to Dylan about. Does anybody know? Mexico. Oh, okay. So the other guy. Oh, and then the whole Mexico thing where the person said the person's called Justin and said the person's in Mexico. Wonder if there is a connection. What do you say?
But because everyone's saying other things, like people are saying Utah, Mexico with a question mark. Yeah. His country was not disclosed. Guy from conversion camp is unknown.
I know it's two different people. That's what I'm saying. I want to know what the guy. I know it's
nobody knows.
I want to know where the guy from the conversion camp is from. That's all.
And nobody knows.
And
that's
I know
what
he's different
saying.
than the guy that hooked up with him. That's what I'm saying. I kind of at the beginning was maybe would confuse everybody, but I think I cleared it up by the end, right?
I don't know.
I mean, do you understand the story, right? Two different guys.
Yes.
The guy, Dylan was just telling this guy a story. So we don't know. I mean, we don't know where this guy, any specifics probably on that guy. She's saying she vetted the guy that has the video. So he, you know what I'm saying? He has nothing to do with it, I'm sure. Anyway,
yeah.
I know you are loved. I know. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. I just want to know if they disclose. But you're right. He probably didn't know. Dylan's just telling him the story. So I'm sure Dylan didn't tell him the specifics of where he was from. Or maybe he did, but I guess she didn't say. Okay. I know. Yeah, Eve, that was another guy that was hired. Yep. I remember Kurt talking about that. The Mexican guy that worked for the grandpa. I see what you're saying. People are mixing that guy up. Now, like people are, I think you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying too, maybe. Oh, well, it's all over. It's all, wait, what happened to Bella? I should never even, because people are now thinking I'm saying something else that I wasn't saying. Maybe. Oh, well, just go listen to it. It's not really that hard to understand. Maybe I'm not good at telling the story. I tried.
No, you were. I understood.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
You understood it was two different people. And,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just not sure chat fully did.
Yeah. So I think the thing is Kim didn't say where the other guy was from. And I don't even, maybe that other guy from Canada didn't even know, basically. So, didn't Terry have to have, who knows if, oh, okay. Lucas, thank you. There was another guy from Mexico that worked. So that's something totally different. I wasn't even talking about that worked for, remember that came with his grandpa and then worked for Dylan and Kurt said he hated it.
Yeah.
He's like, where's grandpa? Where's grandpa? He wanted his. Oh no. Cause we're not talking about the guy from Mexico, Liz. So sorry, God, I did confuse people. Just go re-listen. It should be clear if you go listen to what I said back. Okay. So Bella said in a voice
channel.
Graham, you don't say anything to validate you. No, Dylan. All right. Hey, Humanimal. Bella, come on up. Bella, you want me to add you? Oh, you don't have to wait till I add you. Just come on.
Phone died, so this is the computer. See how different it is? Like it doesn't just throw me off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What do you like better?
Well, I don't. It's just kind of like it's weird when you do it on your phone and then you're just on panel like surprise. Like
I know it does. It really does just shoot you up. It's crazy.
I know. The time when you said you're not wasting any time. I was like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You're not messing around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's good to give everybody like you, well, it'll be you, because I don't think Ashley would be able to see me, but like to give you like a heads up that I'm coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, right? I get it. I would feel kind of weird too. Like our personality types would be like, oh shoot.
R's here.
Who? Oh, hey, RR, what's up? You got a new picture up, right?
True that.
Hey, nice picture. Beautiful, beautiful picture. Oh, weird mom too. What's up?
Hey,
how are you doing? Oh, okay, Liz. Thank you. Sorry, I gotta always remember. You guys aren't always talking to me. Most of the time, you're not talking to me. Like you're talking in chat. Gosh darn it! I need to like remember. I really need to be better at that. Okay, so because I get all defensive sometimes because I'm like, no, that's not what I said. And you're like, I wasn't talking to you. Oh, sorry. So I'm trying to think what else was said on there because there was a lot. But like I said, I didn't get to listen to all 7 hours. I still want to listen to some of the no, actually I saw the text. Thanks to Teresa. The text that I wanted to see. Are those all of them, right? So okay, I saw that. There was something else though, I feel like that was new. Right, Bella? I was like, oh, I gotta go look into that with this case.
I didn't listen to the whole 7 hours. So was it when I was on or was it?
No, not with Salty. I'm saying on another channel that somebody might have been talking about in a live where we're like, oh, we got to check that out on the one of our last.
I always forget.
I know.
But we can't possibly. Ashley, do you watch a lot of other channels?
I mean, sometimes, but I haven't been recently. Like, I've not really been checking in lately just because of the drama, to be honest. So.
Plus, it's like a lot of these, they're like really long lives. And I have me too. I'm one of them too that I've been doing long lives. But it's just, and it's every day. Like, I don't do them every day.
Right, I can't do that every day.
Every day. And it's like, whoa, there's no way you could keep track every day.
For real.
Or keep up every day. Hey, Bias Grace.
Like a part-time job, just keeping up with it.
Yeah, full-time job. What are you talking about? Part-time?
Yeah, technically a full-time job. You're right.
Yeah.
7-hour stream.
Welcome, by His Grace. Thank you for being here with us. I hope you enjoy yourself.
I was trying to figure out what that picture is. Oh, I see it now. It's hands.
Praying hands.
Yes. You know what? At first I thought it was like a spider web. But
I can see how it looks like that.
Cool. I love it. I love the hands. Oh yeah, you are loved. It's a tough one.
Oh
yeah. Hopefully we will get to some answers here, you guys. And why don't we just like put up sunflowers for praying for him? You know what I mean? In chat.
Yeah, definitely.
Graham's picture is actually sunflowers.
Does anybody? Oh yeah, hey.
The sex bots.
Oh, the bots are back, guys.
They always come back. I got them.
Does anybody else want to come up? I probably am going to end it soon because I got to go on my walk today. I missed it yesterday. By the time I got done eating, it was too late. What's that?
A walk sounds nice.
I know. I'm excited. Even though it's been so humid and hot. Oh, let me show you my new fan. That fan. Okay, I thought I had it charging the whole night and I didn't have it plugged in enough, but now I plugged it. I want to see if it works. Give me 1 minute. Anybody wants to come up for maybe I could go another 30 minutes and that's it. And then I need to go on my walk. So if anybody wants to come up, if not, we'll start saying our goodbyes. All right, well.
Yay. Yes, Ellen, you're right.
I like all the sunflowers in chat.
Yes, and the sunflowers look beautiful, you guys. And we really hope that this gets resolved. Yeah. Oh, I hear it.
Oh yeah. It's actually not that cool. It doesn't put out that much air. I'm disappointed.
That is pretty cool.
And it doesn't even do it on my face. It's
aren't you supposed to like move your hair?
Yeah, but it's right. Look, do you see what I'm saying? It comes out. It's too much. It's right here. So it's like it's going right here instead of on me. And then if I go like this, I mean, I
don't know.
It's not. It doesn't matter. It's still.
When I was a kid, I always thought it would be awesome to have like a cell phone with like a built-in like heater or like fan just for when it's cold.
I'm disappointed. Somebody must have a really long neck or like wide.
Right?
Wait, I don't hear you guys. Hold on.
No kidding. Look
where are you? Yeah, I forgot my earphones. What do you guys think? Am I like, oh, there we go. I can make it go down.
Ooh.
Oh, that is not bad. I mean, it's better than nothing. I tell you that much.
Are you not disappointed anymore? Will you give it 5 stars out of 5?
No, I'd give it like 2.5.
2.5?
I mean, the placement's not good. Where the vents are, it's just these little things, and Like it doesn't hit you in
What?
good spots.
You can't
Yeah,
even. Gosh.
the concept is really cool.
Look, you can't. That's how weak, and it's weak too. It's not even that strong. It's not even barely blowing my hair.
Oh no. We can't have it. We can't have that.
So
They
and
should
it's
have made
loud
it.
too. I could just use my really loud little things because I took down my one fan because I have these other things like this where you put water in it, but I'm like, I can't use those because it's really loud. Well, this is gonna be louder. Can you hear it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's loud.
Yeah.
So, but I guess I could use it where I could go like, well, no, I can't. Like,
You
what do I do? I mean, what do I do?
They should have made it into flashlights on the end, so it'd be dual purpose.
Yeah.
Does that feel better?
I mean, no, I mean, I could get more doing this.
That sucks.
Oh well.
Oh, bots are here.
I try. What is with
They're
these
heat
bots?
though.
Is it the open panel that's causing it? No. Oh wait, there's different speeds. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay, maybe that'll help.
Okay, it's a little bit.
It sounds like a suction at the dentist.
Yeah, it kind of does.
What'd you say?
Look at what Ange said.
I didn't hear you. What?
Ange, look what Ange wrote. It sounds like a suction at the dentist.
Oh yeah, it does.
Mm.
Okay, this is a little bit better, a little bit. Anyway, you guys want to end with? Oh wait, with the song? Oh,
Whose song? Oh,
our
your song?
Oh, we could play a different one.
Whoa, that's loud.
Okay, go pick one of them. Or wait.
Oh,
or
but
should we
I
just play our
can?
famous one?
Famous one.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, it's under brand. It's under brand,
Oh
right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's the first time I'm using it on this end.
No, you did it last time. What do you mean?
But look. Wow.
Oh, you changed the background. Ooh,
Wow.
yeah.
Mhm.
Change the mood. That is good for the mood.
Mm. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You gonna sing along? No.
No, I don't. I don't want to ruin it. I do just want to sit here and listen to it. Turn it up. Let's just
Turn it up.
close our eyes and think. Pray for Dylan and just for your loved ones.
Maybe I've been naive before, but I'm not anymore. 'Cause I know that kindness is the answer we're all searching for. Who really, 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 really needs your love. Who really, 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 really needs your love. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I know that everyone's got mountains that they're climbing on. Sometimes we throw in ropes, but mostly
I hope you're not,
we just
John.
throwing stones. You know the world never changed for better when hate carries on. So stop throwing love away just to say that you're not wrong. What do you really need to let go? To see that someone really, 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 really needs your love. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. I'm begging you to be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind. Oh, you gotta see yourself in the face of your brother. See your sister as you. Let's call it us to lay our lives down for one another and leave our pride for the truth. We gotta be the change. We gotta be the change. be kind. I'm begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Let me stop it here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see ya. I don't know when. What is today? Sunday. Oh, today's Sunday. I'm probably not going to go live tomorrow, but maybe Tuesday, sometime this week. But so everybody enjoy your Sunday. Just relax. Well, I was going to bring up Zeke so you guys could say hi to Zeke. I should have had Zeke up here for that song, huh?
I know.
Oh, thank you.
I know.
Do you want to say hi to him? Should I go get him?
Can you?
Yeah. Hold on.
Autumn Renee. Thank you guys for being here with us. We really appreciate it. It's a good way to end, right? Humanimal. Yes, be kind on your Sunday. So sweet, you guys.
I love that song too. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Bammy. Soul for music. I know, girl. You busy with your babies.
I just want to remind everyone to hit the thumbs up button before you go. So.
Thanks, Ashley. That's a great idea. Bammy, I love you to bits, girl. Thanks, Shack Lady. I missed you. I'll go back and listen to Salties. I didn't know you were on. I'll go back and listen. Thank you so much. Yes, beautiful way to end it, Darksea. Love you.
Okay.
Thank you. You are loved. Diana McKinn, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Here is the Zeekster. He is a mission. Ooh, I got a Charlie horse. Okay, here's the Zeekster. Zeke, look at him. Here's everybody. You're famous. Your fans, I should say. Here's your fan. Oh, thanks, Diana. He's looking this way.
He's like,
you're supposed to look over here. Look over here.
Treat station.
There you are.
Hi, pretty boy. Look at his ear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cuddly boy.
He's so good.
He looks like he'd be so nice to cuddle with.
He's the best. He's the best cuddler ever. Huh? Aren't you? He's so cuddly. He has to be like touching you the whole time and right
That's
up against
adorable.
you. So he gets up and he'll curl up right up and snuggle right up against you. And every time he'll switch positions, but he's always like really snuggled up, huh? He's a good boy, huh, Bubba? Anyway, oh, hey Tony, hey Twisted Gemini, Shack Lady, LT. Oh, Shack Lady, I saw you up on panel on Salties. Good job. You had some really good stuff.
Soul for music, thank you.
Soul for music.
Thank you, Soul for music.
Oh, hey, yay. I knew you were a doggy. Oh, yes, I'm a very doggy person. Or wait. Oh, shoot. All right, guys. Oh, 2 pugs. Oh, wait, he's stuck. Hold on. The door must have shut. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Go help that boy. Joseph Lloyd, I'm glad that you got a smile on your face now. Ship's cat wins. Love you, Ship's cat.
Here you go. I'll get you one more. Hold on.
You guys, Love and Coco isn't feeling good right now, so let's put her in our prayers today too. All
right, Katie. All right, let's go. Or I gotta go. I'm gonna go on a nice walk.
Yes.
But thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome, and see you next time. Probably see you in a couple days.
Thank you, Ashley. Right. Thank you, Tips. See you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming, Bella. Thank you. Black Dove, if you're out there, thank you. Snooks. Who else came up? Oh, Criminality. It was a really good. I enjoyed that live. It was really good. It turned out to be a good open panel. People actually showed up. I love that. See, I wish it could be like that all the time, where we get a good group of people that comes on. Hopefully, it works out like that all the time. All right. Not that the other ones weren't. I just have trouble sometimes getting people up. That's all. When they come, it's great.
It happens. Yeah.
Teeth, or what do they call it? Like the pull. Wait, what is that saying? It's like something where it's hard to get people to come. Oh, Susan. Thank you, Susan, for coming up. The private investigator.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Friday
She was
night, you guys,
so
she's going to be doing a live on
informative.
her channel. We're supposed to actually set up a pre-recorded one this week. I don't know if that's still on or not, but yeah, so she's been a private investigator for over 30 years. So she has a lot of experience. And so she has, you know, a lot of, I'm sure, stories and things to offer. Or things to offer. Wait, what? I didn't mean to say that. Did I?
No, that was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pulling teeth. Yeah. Like, but I love it when people come. So hopefully I should try to do it like maybe like once a week, do an open panel, you know, on anything really, on whatever case I'm covering, or just open on any any case or whatever. You know what? I wanted to give an update and I never did on the Aaron or Austin Lowers. The mom sent me pictures, scratches. He had like a toe busted up. He got away again and went to Taylor's house again.
Oh my gosh.
They were at the court. It was when she was at her court hearing. He was with her, took off to Taylor's, and I guess Taylor hit him. Hold on, hit him. Let me see exactly how she said it. I was going to do an update video, but then I don't know. I guess I could still, but I was trying to get her to have Austin to come on. Remember? I was like, see if he wants to come on. But she said,
got him? Okay, good girl. Teresa's channel, Diana McMahon, is called Criminality. I don't know if, I think Mama Mia had it on the, but if any other mods are in chat that have Criminalities, if we could drop it. Are you muted? Oh, okay.
No, it says that. Okay, so it says they're looking for him. This is when he did it again. She said she pled not guilty. Everyone was worried, looking for him. And then she said Sandusky police found him running down Taylor Street Avenue, or Taylor Street. So she hid him in her garage. Then after the police searched, she pulled him out and beat the heck out of him. We are at the ER now, and she sent me pictures. He's got like scratches in his chest, his toes all busted up. She said they should be very soon. They were finalizing them this morning. Oh, I said, are they arresting her? And she said they should be very soon. So hopefully she's in jail by now. That's bullcrap. Yeah.
No, there's some injustices going on around here. There.
Yeah, I mean, look how I just broke out.
Why?
My skin, sometimes remember I've been telling you guys, I get these red blotches sometimes. And I've probably had that thing around my neck, maybe. And
the thing around your neck.
I have sensitive skin where it'll like get blotchy. Sometimes after a shower, I have like blotches on me, and then it goes away.
Too.
But I don't know.
My God.
Anyway, yeah, go subscribe. So go subscribe to Teresa's, subscribe to Bella's channel, and yeah,
I'll sing you guys. I won't sing you guys to sleep. I'll lull you guys.
Yeah, she'll say
it's nice. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashley.
All right, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.